Hello and welcome to Vandal Esports. Tonight we have Valorant JV against DePaul University. This is our first NACE League tournament of the season, and we will hopefully see some interesting gameplay.
Yeah, I've practiced with the team. They're all super talented. The rank differences are pretty slim. The averages are pretty much the same across the board. So I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to have some pretty fair competition tonight.
Yeah.
For our picks tonight, as you can already see, our first map is Bind, and we are going to be playing attacker side. But our second map for tonight will be Icebox, which we will be playing defense on. And our third map will be Lotus. And because of NACE rules, we don't know which side we're playing on first. But we will figure it out if and or when we get there.
Yeah, as for opponents, we have Tomu, Sendo, My Bike, Levy, and Mochi. With Tomu playing Viper, Sendo playing Sky, My Bike playing Raze, Levy playing Astra, and Mochi playing KJ. On our side, we have Zombie playing Raze, Hood playing Fade, and Darkheart playing Cypher, Jamie playing Omen, and Demon playing Viper.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty nice setup here.
Yeah, some pretty even competition. I do feel like for the defense side, that KJ is really going to come into clutch holding down B site, catching stragglers. That is going to give DePaul the advantage in some rounds, but obviously we're not exactly sure how these teams play yet. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I keep forgetting, is Fade no, not an initiator, a sentinel?
Nope, Fade's an initiator.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Fade doesn't have smoke, so she's not a controller.
Oh, that's
I should know
interesting.
this. Yeah, no, all controllers have smokes. Initiators usually have flashes. Maybe Fade is an initiator that plays like a sentinel.
Oh, okay.
I remember that because they're like part of the weird generation of agents that Riot made that like have two roles at once. Like how ISO is a duelist, but really he's the initiator.
Love that.
Yeah, so great.
That's so much fun, actually.
Makes things super easy for me to remember, I'm sure. But I don't know, maybe the more complicated things get, the easier it is for me to remember because I have to take more effort to remember it.
I don't think I've seen Darkheart play yet, other than in scrims. Or have I even seen him in scrims?
I don't think you have, because I was the fifth for a little bit, and
Right.
yeah, I dropped out for a little bit, and Darkheart I think is the new fifth that they ended up finding. So
So he really is new, and I just haven't seen him.
yeah,
I'm not just forgetting. That's great.
yeah, but they're more on par with like the rest of the teams in terms of rank and skill and all that. So yeah, I think this should be like a more balanced team now, on both sides actually.
Awesome. Okay.
Wayne, who's running observer? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I love how you thought that did anything to how much we could hear you.
Does it? I don't know.
It does
That's what
nothing.
I've been doing. Should I just like lift my mic?
Honestly, even taking it off probably wouldn't help that much. These mics pick up a lot.
That is true.
Anyway, we have entered the actual first round. We have movement towards A site. There is an Astra Star blocking the... Oh, what's that room called? It's...
Showers.
No, not this one.
Oh.
Where the Astra
Sendo
Star
finding the
was.
first engagement, taking Zombie out of Showers. Hood playing behind them, not pushing up past the snake bite yet. Seeing Tomu play out of U-Haul, trying to make a cautious move. Jamie sending out a blind onto site. Oh, nope, that was a smoke. That was a bad read. My bad. But have more of our Vandals pushing out of the short area. Meanwhile, Hood is still holding Showers. Pretty decent place. Tomu's kind of wiggling around in place in U-Haul there, kind of waiting for any movement from anyone in short. I think they know they're there, but nothing's happened yet, and it seems like we're going for a rotate.
That would be smart.
Yeah.
With them all
Destroyed.
gathered here, but they
But
might also
exactly-
read that.
Yeah.
30 seconds
So-
Which
left.
which is exactly what we're seeing here. You know, we have KJ on B side already. They have the setup already, which is exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, two
That
more kills.
Molly finding Viper and Bike finding
Last
Good.
player standing.
Sendo coming out of CT and finding the last 2 kills on Jamie and Darkheart, taking the first round for DePaul here.
Flawlessly.
Is only as good as their skill. And that we have
That's
some
not
beats.
a great omen
That's
for the game
Yeah.
to come.
No, but I mean, like, we saw some potential from the Vandals. I think they knew what they were supposed to go and do, and it just didn't happen, or it happened like a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just happened, like you misread when to rotate and stuff like that. And
There.
especially since I believe you can already see that KJ is getting her set up on B. They're going to be much more prepared to take that fight, which is what's going on. There we have
That
more
we-
of the Vandals sneaking towards Hookah.
I will
Full
point
push
out,
into Hookah,
like,
actually.
It seemed like we moved a lot slower than we usually do as attackers, and I think that really hurt our push forward.
That's true, yeah.
So hopefully we can move a bit faster, push a bit harder this time. And we have conflict.
Having some shots fired through the Astra Star here. Not much going on.
A
A
few-
lot of bullets being exchanged, but none making any connections. We have Sendosh firing into Hookah. None of his bullets are going anywhere. We're trying to clear Hookah, and I think a lot of that was mostly intimidation, as you can see. More of the Vandals are trying to rotate, but Bike was able to catch 2.
Fade and Rage.
They're pinching super hard. Oh, yeah, and Bike finding that
down.
third on
Kill.
Jamie there.
This is
They found my
not
wire.
looking good once again, but you know what?
Yeah.
We're able to turn this
30
around. We have
seconds left.
Viper
Mm.
and Cypher. It's going to be 5v2, which is not great.
But I think, like, even with this, like, a couple picks that they are going to be able to get, as, you know, Omens finds one on Tomu, it's just, I think for the most part, it's just dangerous territory to play
Last
anyway.
player standing. 10
That's
seconds
fine.
left.
Yeah, literally just walking. That was not a worth it, like, fight, I believe.
I don't think they realized.
But I
that
think
Bike
they
was
did
there.
realize. No, I think they did.
Oh.
Because they like just died in front of them. But at the same time, like, I think the plan was to ultimately save so they'd have money for this round. Because I know that's how Jamie likes to lead the econ. As, you know, if they lose the second round or the first 2 rounds, then essentially it's just a complete save, which is why you saw everybody running around with classics and stuff like that. Now we're going into our next round. Everybody's buying. Bike, who's holding showers here, actually keeping the same setup with the Ghost and the Bucky here.
I mean, it's
Might-
worked so far.
That's true, but it might be in their disadvantage as they move forward. But Bike did that little jump peek, has that information, sending a boom bot into showers here. 3 players playing together in shower. Meanwhile, Viper is holding short on her own, getting peeked or picked out of that little box area right there from Sendo.
A star
Bike is
placed in
currently just
showers.
Holding a really blatant angle here in shower. Just waiting for anybody to peek through. They know someone's here. But Zombie is slowly backing away while the rest of the team rotates through spawn.
This, I feel like. Oh.
Oh, Zombie's making a little bit of noise. They're anchoring just in case. They do have Omen on that short area as well. It looks like they were going for a fake rotate. Do have Levy over in U-Haul over there. Kind of just waiting for anybody to appear, but Jamie walks through.
30
And
seconds
I
left.
think we
Makes-
are rotating.
Yeah, actually committing to that rotate. We were able to, for the most part, realize that site's clear. But Sendo's finding one, finding
That's
another.
3.
That's 3 in the whole round. Now they're getting some wallbang shots right there, and Zombie able to find that last bullet that they need to take him out.
enemy remaining.
Mochi holding a great corner
10
with that
seconds
Marshall,
left.
though. Or maybe it was an outlaw. It was an outlaw. That's my bad. Rest of the Vandals having to run away to save for the rest of the round. Meanwhile,
The
DePaul.
rest of the Vandals.
rest
you mean
of
the
the-
last one?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, It do be how it is.
That did not work out in our favor. Hopefully we switch up tactics soon.
I think
because
for the most part, like we're getting outplayed. Like we're getting read super easily, and definitely hard to see. We've seen the Vandals get a couple kills, but like not really enough to put a significant dent in DePaul's structure so far.
They've been holding pretty solid, only one or two of them dying in a round.
But it goes to show, like, this comp works. And, I mean, it's a very standard comp that you'll see on Bind. You know, Astra Stars, or really just any controller,
can really change the field because they take up so much space.
Whereas Viper, I mean, not doing too great for the most part. And Omen, usually a little bit better, but obviously for the attacker side is a little bit harder. As you can see, they tried to push in through that Astra Star into U-Haul. Caught a couple whiffs, ultimately missed or lost that fight. We have, a 2v1 on Omens here out of TP. That's a third. Falling to that shower duo. Viper and Raze.
Tag team really well.
And like their positioning is good. They're playing off of each other. That's good. Obviously, like they have their coordination set a little bit harder. Darkheart finds one on Levy, trying to balance out the fight for the Vandals a little bit more. It's 2v4 right now, and Raze is slowly, or Hood is slowly moving into Shower, taking out Tomu with that Vandal there. That's where the gun's advantage finally comes in, but there's less than 30 seconds left on the clock, and the Vandals has still not made significant progress towards getting onto a site and planting.
And it looks like we're rotating,
tough,
and I think
and I think at some point they're going to either realize that, because, you know, KJ's already in CT in that little spawn area back there. That's why they set up site, because as soon as that turret goes off, they know to rotate. They know to tell everybody else to rotate. That's exactly what you're seeing. We see Hood fall to the Molly right there, and because they weren't able to get on site in time, the rest of the Vandals had to, unfortunately, fall.
Yeah, and that makes this 4-0 so far. That's not great, but we can recover from this.
Yeah, no, I fully believe there's opportunities. It's like, obviously we again are getting outplayed, but when your enemies are thinking, you just gotta think a little bit harder.
True, but
is that something that people say?
Okay, this might seem like more of a bullheaded approach, but I feel like if it isn't working, be just a slightly bit more aggressive, because then you're unpredictable.
That's true. Jimmy does like to go for the slow pushes. They like to make plays that are more slow pushes up to site. I don't know if it's just like a lack of confidence in the team, or if it's just like something that they're trying to do as a strategy play, but it's something that they've done repeatedly before. It hasn't really worked. As you can see, again, they're 4-0 right now. It's a little bit tough, but My Bike was trying to hold short on their own as Omen pops up onto that box right there, able to take them out. I don't know where my words are going right now. We have the rest of the Vandals slowly moving up right now, though. We have Sendo finding one on Darkheart, but Zombie finding that last on Sendo. Taking a nice trade for the Vandals. Levy finding one on Zombie as they try to jump out of Hookah.
Hey, for once we're even now.
Yeah.
Other than Viper's health. Viper's health isn't looking good.
Yeah, Jamie taking one out on Mochi, but Levy finding another on Jamie. It's pretty even trades right now.
30 seconds left.
Viper, or Omens, who is hiding in Hookah right now, is incredibly low, but that's fine because Hood is doing a pretty good job defending. They don't know that the last one is slowly sneaking out through Hookah right there. They're going to find out in a second. They're going for the plant. They're doing a good job. They're hidden. But Tomu is coming out. That Fade doesn't hit anything, and they aren't looking in the right area. Get popped in the head by Omens there. That's the first round for the Vandals, and hopefully the first of a few more in their favor.
Yep. Yeah, I was knocking on wood because cats.
Yeah.
Cats.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, we're 4-1. I mean,
never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. I would like to point out Hood's wonderful play there.
Yeah.
Coming out, pinching from behind. Really great. And I will appreciate the fact that opponent Astra did check corners, just not the right ones.
Yeah, you know, and that's what you do. It's just it's a swing war essentially, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Jamie swung that, ready to hold that angle. It was kind of a bad angle for Viper there. You know, holding that exposed area is kind of just asking for it at that point, because you know that whoever is going to swing you is going to have the ego to actually fire at you, to actually probably hit those shots better than you could as you're preparing for them to swing out. You don't know how wide they're going to swing out, how they're going to shoot, what they're using, etc., etc. Now we have Venom using their ult on A over here as the rest of the Vandals rotate over towards A. We have the enemy Sky Sendo up in heaven, ulting, using some cabbages, trying to find some enemy positions, but Darkheart finds a nice kill. Bike finding two in Hall. Admittedly, actually a nice kill.
Yeah,
I can
that
tell
was
that
actually great.
They are very classic Rays using that judge like that. Now Omen finds Bike, Mochi finds Omen, and Zombie finds Mochi, finding the last player of DePaul for that round and taking the score 4-2. Slowly climbing back up, finding their mojo, hopefully trying to make a bit more of a dent in DePaul's whatever we're trying to use here.
Yeah, there was very nice plays there at the beginning. I noticed that we actually took some kills before we lost any of our agents, which really helped us towards the end. Having 5 at the end, I think that's the first for us.
Well, yeah, but again, everything ends up being a numbers game. Now, the first encounter is made in short. You know, we have Zombie taking some shots from Tomu. Tomu taking some shots from Zombie, ducking back into U-Haul, and not making any more moves until they decide to push up. Definitely a pretty good strategy being used by DePaul here. But we have the rest of DePaul beginning to rotate back towards A to prepare to defend. Ooh, Tomu really good on that headshot with Zombie. Very low, though, essentially one shot. But instead of going for the fight on A, Hood jumps through the teleporter. I'm not sure if that was an intentional play, but they do have it. The issue with this play, though, is that not only is A still surrounded, but they don't have the spike. It's pretty much a lonely battle for Hood here as everybody else starts to move towards short. Sky sends her dog out. They kind of know where they are already, and Hood's playing a dangerous game trying to evade from DePaul. Really, they should just try and go and stall and hide, run around the map.
Now.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. Really, the only place that they can go is spawn from this point, and even then, it's like kind of a risky play because I feel like they know if they stay where they are, they're gonna get pushed. Playing this probably isn't the move. I think they know that, but
I mean,
they're still going for it anyway. They're going long, trying to find anything in Garden or in this area of short.
I think they're just trying to find a spot to hide with the last 5 seconds, which is great.
Yeah, no, that's a good play. They know the economy for both teams, but especially for the Vandals is not looking too good. So saving their gun, trying to get a little bit more money, probably in their best interest for sure.
Yeah, we will be going into the 8th round, and we have a Vandal, which nice classic pick. What is that? Outlaw? No, Guardian. Wait.
Where are you looking?
The guns.
I don't know. I see all that. Oh no, that's a Guardian. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Outlaw looks like a sniper with a
That's
sniper scope. Yeah, this is a Vandal. Classic Reaver Vandal. Love that white skin right there.
Sorry,
now we have Tomu using this crazy one-way, this 2-pixel peek. Call him an R6 player. Unfortunately, he is not Pengu. He is not Jinxie. He cannot use those 2 pixels to his advantage. He ends up getting taken out by Omens in long. They're playing together, and that's one player off of DePaul, allowing the Vandals to push up. Now, we have that Fatal coming in. Probably in their best interest to use that, which is probably working out pretty well. Sendo finding a kill, Mochi finding a kill on Zombie. Maybe it's a lot more dangerous than we could have thought.
It is.
You know, most of our players are pulling up very, very slow. Jamie's able to find that one on Mochi, but Bike is able to find one on Darkheart, who was trying to accompany Jamie as they went into Garden. Now, it's going to be a little tough Omens is playing through CT, having to walk through here, having to play extremely quiet and patient. There it is.
Nice.
The first, the second.
Second.
Jamie should be able to move in now. Going for that blind. Accidentally blinding his teammate maybe, but it's fine.
Last player standing.
Aim is not where it needs to be, unfortunately. Oh, and Bike
Bike
with
is
the swing advantage. He, I mean, essentially got pushed out of the tube by that snake by obviously not wanting to take any damage. But again, when you're playing an exposed angle like that, you're really at a disadvantage. And if you're not ready to take your opponent as they swing you, you're going to lose that fight.
that was unfortunate.
Of course. But it was a much closer match.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What I feel is worse is like he might have been driven out of that spot from Jamie's ult util.
No, it was
Blind.
Who was Viper? No. Because they were in a different spot. I think they it wasn't. No, it was Viper that was playing in CT, right?
No,
They shot their
so
snake
there's-
bite into the tube and then they had to push out. Because their snake bite is a molly.
I'm not even remembering what happened right now.
That's fair. Now Ray's is about to use that ult. Finding
Oh.
it on Jamie, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I was
that-
talking way too long. I missed a little bit of this first round here. That's my bad. Don't even worry about it. The other Vandals are slowly trying to make their way. The econ's pretty bad. The gun spread's pretty bad. They need a lot of close encounters if they want to make some good damage here. And they know that they're going to be able to do that if they're able to take, or if they're able to bring the fight to DePaul is what they're saying. Now, Bike sees Cypher run through Link. I think they knew that they were going to rotate, but Mochi is set up on the classic KJ move. We have the ult coming out as well.
Bike gets Starcart.
Mm-hmm.
Bike is such a good player.
Yeah, look at him finding their third.
Oh, that is not great for us.
Now, the lockdown does get destroyed without getting detected, which is good. But Bike finds that fourth on Hood. Levy stealing Bike's ace. How mean. But finding that last kill on Omens, who was trying to anchor A with the spike, it looks like. We're going into round 10 now. It's 7-2 in DePaul's favor. It's looking a little rough for the Vandals, but that never means that it's over. Of course, all we need is to re-strategize, maybe a timeout to figure out what the following plan is going to be.
Typically we would see a timeout by now.
I thought we were going to see a timeout at that 4-0, but, you know.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, things happen.
I don't know
hold
what
it
the
against
current
anybody,
plan
I
is.
don't
I
think.
don't know how we're going to restructure from here, but it's not. We are moving into the 10th round here. We've seen a little bit of movement. We've already went down fade. We have an Omen ult, but I mean, it's an Omen ult.
Well, yeah, and especially with the way I've seen, anyway, Jamie like to use that ult is a last-ditch effort if it's like a 1v5 and they need to get to the other site to plant or something like that. I mean, a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but pretty accurate nonetheless. We have Sendo holding that CT angle as Zombie tries to peek out of hookah, unfortunately getting shot in the window area. We have Cypher and looks like Viper holding Link, running out through B. Not a good move once again, but trying to play in numbers.
At least we still have
Gotta
Spike.
commend them for it. Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. At least we still have Spike.
I feel like someone should be accompanying the Spike holder.
Yeah,
It looks
Cypher's
like,
right there.
yeah.
And Demons in hookah.
Mm.
A Viper wall was thrown up there, but I mean, it is what it is. Yes.
Levy
Oh,
finding one on
now.
Jamie. A couple shots being fired through the window, through the trap.
Oh, that's 2 for Demon. It is now
Looking
3
a
to
little
2.
good.
But
Oh, Bike finding one all the way from CT. And the last player coming out of TP, hiding in hookah right now. Now Bike's gonna swing him because he's just that man. She, they,
that is 3 kills
Bongus.
for Bike. Bongus.
Bongus. No, they are that guy.
It is 8-2
got enough
now,
time to go into the Astro
unfortunately. We will soon be switching in. Oh,
And we are seeing that timeout from the Vandals. Definitely going to be in our best interest to use it for sure.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We should have used it a while ago.
Damn.
Okay, I have been
You're in a
nice.
mood today.
No, I'm usually mean for Valorant. You haven't seen me on Valorant in a while.
That's
I've
true.
been nice so far. There has been a few times I wanted to talk, but you have more analytical and game experience, so
That's true.
I wanted to listen to you to see your opinion.
That's true.
Now I'll give mine with the last 30 seconds. Jamie,
Oh.
I'm
I'm
not
not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. Get me out of here.
This strategy has proven not to work 8 times. 8 times. You have not been pushing hard enough or fast enough to actually make a dent in these obviously great players that have been outplaying you. And while I'm sorry, but their re-strategizing is a valid and necessary tactic at a multitude of points. And now that we're moving into the 11th round, please, I hope you're going to be at least a little bit more aggressive because you kind of need it. Now, Spike will be next to Showers as we have 3 of the Vandals moving through and taken out by Zombie. There we go. There's
We're
the aggression we
deeper
need.
in. We're playing harder. Thank you for the wonderful statement, Amelia. I was too afraid to show my face on camera while you were talking, though. Unfortunate.
Alarm bot down.
I am afraid.
Anyway,
We have Omens using the Viper ult there in that nice little corner as they get the spike down. Rest of DePaul is moving towards the short area, trying to play in the middle of the site or in U-Haul, trying to find anybody who's out, pretty much just going for picks. I don't know why I always talk about stragglers and stuff like that. That's literally called playing for picks. Oh, Darkheart finding a nice one through the Viper wall there.
and it looks
Teleporting
like we're
towards the
really
edge of
closely
U-Haul.
together.
Zombie playing off of them, finding that 1 kill on Levy. Mochi going in. Oh, going into U-Haul. Finding third for the match so far. The spike is down, but the Vandals are close by. Oh, and the aim is not where it needs to be.
There we go. There we go. Okay, thank you. See, that's
Last
aggression,
round before the
and it
switch.
helps because this is a competitive game. Thank you.
Yeah, what she said. I may not dare let the words specifically come out of my mouth, but know
Okay.
that Amelia speaks for us all.
The reason I specify Jamie when I'm ranting is because he's the coach and
He's
captain,
the IGL.
and he calls the shots. I could say other things about strategies and plays that the other gamers make. However, ultimately, it's placed on the responsibility of the IGL to command and lead the team through the map.
Bring them
And
down.
so yes, I specify Jamie, even though that was a little targeted, and I apologize. Not really.
We're going into round 12 here. Last point of the half. Bike has already found 3
Oh, man.
so far. Getting taken out by Omens and Gardens, though. Omens
Oh.
finding a second on Sendo. It's a little bit of a rough match. Jamie is hiding in hookah right now, figuring out where to ult. They have the spike. They're darting into Showers.
And we
Might
have
be
Levy.
the move. Nope, they darted back to A. That's my bad. I
One
misread
enemy
that.
remaining.
But Tomu takes out Omens. And Jamie is the last player back here on A. And
the
teleports
Vandals win.
right in front of Tomu.
That's
That's
fantastic.
tragic.
Switching
Yeah, so now
sides.
we are into the second half. Hey,
Just
it's a
switching.
time
And you
to
know what?
reset, and this map is
Exactly.
defender-sided. That does mean, however, that if the Vandals do not pick up the pace, they will lose the game because
Yeah.
we have seen some bad plays on this map before. Not just from the JV team, but also from the varsity team
yeah, we've
in
seen
last
varsity team.
semester. We know that Bind is very, very defender-sided.
But it
and
can
if
also
you
become
aren't
very-
able to capitalize on your defender opportunities, then your plans and your strategies all fall apart.
Yeah.
And I think that's even if they're trying to keep good mental, I think subconsciously everyone's kind of thinking it, everybody's kind of feeling it, and hopefully
It's
that
9-3.
negative energy doesn't poison everybody into this next half.
I will be Canada's Canadian Goose. And if you get that reference, then thank you. But
Now we have Tomu hiding by this box in the Omen smoke. Kind of going crazy, preparing to go crazy. We have Bike holding this actually kind of goated angle in long. We have Tomu trying to get some shots out on Tomu. Or Jamie, I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
hiding behind a Viper wall.
This is actually, wait, no, because this is actually kind of clutch. You kind of see where the angle that there is in the box. They're not super exposed. And even though they know they're there, it's not enough to, like, actually get some damage on him. So,
Flash by Sky.
I don't know. Now, there was a flash onto B. It seems like DePaul is hard pushing onto B. They're getting the spike down a lot more than the Vandals have done in the past half so far. But, you know, Util is being used. Bike and Sendo find one out of CT, and Bike finds another on Darkheart. There's Viper and Raze left on the Vandals. Now it's just Viper.
Zombie gets 2 kills before going down.
Yeah, and Omens finds, I think, their second kill of the round before getting taken down by Bike, the GOAT, as we can see going 27-4.
Oh. Yikes. Well, Demon
Vandals are
11-11.
absolutely getting bullied out here. But Omens, you know, carrying the team over here, going 11 even. No, it's Omens. Suppressed Omens.
Oh, it's Suppressed Omens?
Yeah.
I apologize for missaying your name this entire time. But I don't want to say Omen because we have an Omen agent on the map right now.
I'm trying to enunciate that S. You know, Choir has been teaching me to enunciate my consonants.
I remember those lessons. Anyway, we are now seeing a Viper wall here on moving towards 8 site, and I apologize for not knowing the map as well. Bike takes out 3. Oh, wait, sorry, 2, and Levy takes out a 3rd almost instantaneously.
Rest of DePaul locking down, getting onto A site. Getting the spike down, already having the site locked down. Vandals already have to play for retake, and there's 2 of them.
So
Jamie is playing out of.
No, not showers.
Short. Okay, they were moving out of link. Okay, and finding one. Darkheart finding one of their own, and Jamie stuck in short here.
Okay, so
having on that 1v3, are they going to be able to take it? Turns out not. That KJ turret is a little bit of a distraction, and Sky was able to position themselves behind it, using it as a barrier in a way. Not to absorb the shots, but honestly just to distract them, which is why Jamie whiffed, which is why they were able to win that gunfight there, which is why DePaul is 11-3 right now. It's round
Thank you.
15?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the excellent analysis.
Yeah.
So, oh man. Okay. If you're on bind, as you've said, it is a defender-sided map. If you
are not able to capitalize on your defender opportunities.
More than that, if you lose it, do you know how difficult it is to take back bind? So
Oh yeah, that's true again.
The hardest part probably of this entire map is taking back a site.
That's actually true. That's actually so real.
So the fact that
we don't mean it's only defender position sided, but if you have to defend a site, it's just over.
Yeah, and the fact that we're losing it so fast almost every round
and
is
I think it's
genuinely
because
sad.
I think it's because that the Vandals are playing just a tad slow. Personally, you know, we have seen our varsity team play a lot more aggressive, take hard angles, take hard fights.
And it
probably
works
mostly,
out for them.
yeah, mostly out of confidence, of course. Now Hood is incredibly low and running away, literally
Valid.
one shot. This is not a fight that they want to play. Obviously,
Especially
they know
with
that
its
someone.
It's Bike.
They don't know it's Bike, but or maybe they do because they saw the boom bot there. But
yeah,
I digress. You know, Bike is throwing. Oh,
Ow.
that's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
Oh man,
there we go.
that was a really quick exchange towards the end there, but we won.
Yeah.
It is now 11-4. We're getting there. As long as we don't lose 2 more rounds, we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But moving along.
I
Looks
had a
like
thought,
the
but I lost
econ
it.
on DePaul is.
There's another Guardian.
Wait, I don't know if it is. Can I look at the leaderboard for a second? Oh no, it's kind of everyone's econ.
Yeah,
Everyone's kind of
low
playing in a
all
tough
around.
spot, but the Vandals are going for fourth. Having that gun advantage might help them out during this round, but we don't know. But as we see, DePaul is going in for that hard push. Zombie finding one on Mochi and then immediately backing out of U-Haul. Pretty good play, throwing a boombot into U-Haul. Getting some damage out on somebody. Oh, Zombie finding that nice little tap on Bike's head in U-Haul. U-Haul is a very tight area to play. It can be really rough if you're not ready for it. Zombie looking away from the Hawk as soon as it already expired. It was just kind of interesting. But Hood finding one on Sendo, Jamie finding one on Tomu, Levy finding one on Zombie, and Omen's finding that last one on Levy, finishing out the round for the Vandals.
With a defuse successful. Hey, we've gotten into our crew.
Yeah, this is
There we go.
This is good. They know to respond at the same pace that they're playing at, which again is a lot easier to do when you're playing on the Defender side, which is why Defender is so much easier to play on Bind. Because you can respond to how your opponents are playing. If they push up fast, you know you have to play fast and aggressive. If they push up slow, you know you have to push up slow. You have to take hard and probably long angles to pick people off. But yeah, it's all about pacing and stuff like that, you know.
And I think we finally figured out how to do that.
I'm hoping so. I'm certainly hoping so. Now we have DePaul slowly creeping towards B.
We have 2 of our Vandals over there. And I believe it's Fade and Cypher. We have some people coming out of Hookah from DePaul. Some shots fired, but I mean, not much conflict yet. Viper wall set up.
Cypher Cam finding that raise there, who immediately took it out. It looks like DePaul might be either going for a fake rotate or going for a full rotate into A. Jamie is there in U-Haul looking for sound, listening for pretty much anything. Jamie finding that one, immediately communicating to his team to rotate. We do have that Astra wall up. We have Bike's ult, throwing it into nowhere, which was a interesting move, I will say.
But if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, they did lose their satchels, but even then, I feel like they would have had time to figure out where to actually use it. But again, I digress. We have some more exchanges. Omen's finding one on Sendo, Zombie finding one on Levy. Some of DePaul finding some, and Darkheart finding some more.
It is 1-2 now. KJ against Cypher and Fade, but we still have to defuse the plant. That's not looking great.
Yeah, it's
Cypher.
Yeah, Cypher using their trap as a smoke. Call him a controller, because it's kind of crazy. It's a very good way to use Cypher. Shows that he's very versatile. We love him.
I do like Cypher, actually. Both his character design is cool, and just the concept of how his util works is fantastic. He's not my favorite, but you know what? I do like him.
He dies in almost every lore episode.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's a running joke. He just dies over and over.
Oh my gosh, he's Kenny of Valorant.
Yeah, he's the Kenny of Valorant.
No. Now I feel bad.
Sam's wearing Kenny socks. Speaking of the devil.
That's fantastic. And I'd like to say thank you to chat. You guys are being so supportive, and
if Amelia was on your side, she would not be.
That's true. I'd have some scathing remarks in the comments, but you know what? I'm on stream right now, so I can't say them. Anyway, Bike already got a kill on
Bike
Darkheart.
going for that crazy nade. Obviously, it's a very, very well thrown nade. You know, they always know that someone is going to be in that backside, and even though their vision is limited, it was a good place. Now Jamie finding a couple, Bike finding 3 for DePaul so far. It's even game right now, even numbers, except most of the Vandals are kind of spread out.
Want to know something that I noticed in our wins?
Huh.
We take out Bike early game.
We kind of have to.
Oh,
Player standing.
Hood.
Speak of the devil. Yeah, Hook I think saw their gun or something like that and was able to figure that out. Yeah, they did find that one.
But they were not
but-
able to take out Tomu.
And mostly it was a vision issue. It was a visibility issue. They were kind of in the tube, but they were in the exposed area of Viper's ult. So kind of dashing in and out of it allowed Tomu to find that angle that they needed. And it goes to show, like, the Vandals, we fight. We do not give up.
And you know what? It may be match point in favor of our opponent.
Of course.
But we did bring it up from 0 to 4 to 12 to 6. We are at half their score. And it does not look like the reverse of our usual varsity matches anymore.
Fun fact, though.
I've got your trail.
The gap is bigger than it was at the 4-0.
That is true. That is true.
I digress. I didn't say nothing. Anyways,
It
we
looks
do
better,
have.
though.
That's true. We do have the Vandals holding down the site a little bit more. Zombie finding a nice one on Bike, but Sendo taking out Jamie. I think he was hiding in U-Haul again.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember, but interesting move. Seems like
Viper
we're gonna
ult?
have DePaul moving out of TP. Maybe fake. Maybe fake. Could be no. They're going
they're
long.
pushing.
Yeah,
they're
they're
pushing
going
B.
long.
Okay.
But that Viper ult and Hookah was actually good. I think they knew that the pressure was kind of high, and that DePaul would be trying to rotate. I think
We do have numbers
banking
advantage
on
right
them.
now.
That is true. But I do think banking on them trying to rotate through TP was a risky move.
coming back.
It did work out, so I'm not complaining, but
Yeah.
I digress.
You digress.
I digress.
That's your new favorite word today, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been
30
saying.
seconds
You know what?
No,
It's a good
mostly
word.
just tonight. It's so
It's a
fun.
good word.
Digress.
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 Anyway, Tomu is planting on site B here.
Ooh, Hood finding a
Wait.
nice one on Sendo. Sending him out of here. Full of jokes today.
Last player standing.
Zombie finding a third kill of this round on Tomu.
I keep wanting to say Tomu when I say that name. When I hear
The
the
Vandals trying to pinch him out of elbow. They're at 30. It's rough. Oh, Omen's coming out with the Bucky.
There we go. Good job, Omens. And
That's 12-7 now.
yeah,
Yeah, going in the round 20.
you know, if we can keep this up, this can be great.
I believe.
This would be an amazing comeback.
Taking the OT maybe.
Yeah, I'd be
Just tuck-
perfectly okay with that.
tucker him
Let's do
out.
that.
Tucker him out, you know.
Oh, guys.
Econ's looking a little
Whoa.
bit rough over at DePaul over there. I hope everything's okay. Weapon spread's looking a little different. But we have seen them.
Wait, did I just see an op over their Viper?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now, Bike is taking some damage already. They're already trying to push out. Caught in a bad spot. Now, Zombie finds that kill on Bike, but Mochi swings out after them, finding it on Zombie. We have pretty much everybody hiding on Tetris here. This little weird lock.
And
Oh my
Spike
god,
was pointed-
Darkheart finding two in Shower. Hood finding another on Sendo. Once again, Levy hiding in this little corner on Shower, just hoping no one comes out to swing them. But Cypher knew they were there, able to see a little bit of their body in that corner, and therefore able to take them out and get the defuse.
Making this
It's
12-8.
12-8. Now we're back at the 4-0 gap.
Yeah. And this is much better.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was actually fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely loved that. And with that eco, I mean, we certainly had the advantage. But even then, I was kind of just like, I mean, with how they played earlier, it's possible. But we are in the more advantageous position at this point. And we are going into another match point, the 21st round. And Bike is leading with KJ.
Now, do know, Bike does have ult, and they are not afraid to use it. Meanwhile, Jamie and Cypher have ult, which could be good if they're able to corner them. I think that if they're able to get them kind of tight on a site, they could use their ult. Or if everybody's in a decent position for picks and stuff like that, they could use their ult, get some nice picks off, shorten down some of their numbers and ultimately just make things a little bit better for them. We will see how that ends up going. Darkheart is playing out of CT, waiting for some additional movement out of Hookah as the rest of DePaul finally rotates out. Bike at a really strange angle. Hood finding one, Omen's finding one, Hood going for 3. And Dark finding that last. It's 12-9 now. An impressive performance from DePaul, or from the Vandals. And now what we're seeing is that DePaul's economy is continuing to crash like it's 2008. And, you know, they're able, the Vandals are able to use their gun advantage to take more rounds, ego harder, win more fights. They like to play for the long game, which is something that I realize I forgot. Now, do keep in mind that Bike is also 36-11.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna reach 40 before Cheese does.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh.
But anyway, I wanted to point out, actually, I wanted to say, it was actually kind of a rude comment that I had in my head that I thought would be funny, and I still think it would be funny, but it's kind of off timing now. But I would have loved for this aggression to have been during.
Oh!
Oh man!
Jamie!
Never
with
mind.
The pixel flick. Look at that. Reaction time is crazy.
Again, I would have liked to see this earlier.
No, that's fair. That is fair, for sure. But, you know, DePaul's numbers are already pretty down.
Yeah, that's true. They have not moved.
Yeah, they already lost one from that one engagement, so they know they have to play it careful, especially with the guns advantage here. You see Sendo's playing Ghost. You see, I think that's Viper playing Sheriff. I'm not sure. The Omens finds KJ in long, trying to sneak up, not checking that corner.
Sky has a flash ready.
Ready to try and enter for the team here. Not finding any shots so far, anyway.
Astro is right next to
Hood
Sky.
finding Levy, Jamie finding one on Tomu. That leaves Sendo, the last player in Shower.
And to be honest, Sky's not that great.
Oh.
And Zombie gets Sendo, making this a second flawless in a row, and 12-10. We have taken.
We could see that OT.
I think
we could absolutely see that OT.
Yeah, we're gonna knock on the wood.
I don't
Chat,
even. Is this wood?
knock on wood too. It's probably not, but you
oh
know
no,
what?
it is.
It's the thought.
That's wood.
It's the thought.
It's the thought.
And I would like to shout out Rogue Mew for just being so continuously supportive throughout this entire stream. Thank you.
Yeah.
It genuinely makes me smile just looking over. I'm like, oh, we still have you. And here we are starting the match. Sendo pushing forward towards a long. I don't know.
Short. That's short.
Oh, that's
Or where? Yeah, that's short. Running their dog through short, trying to get into U-Haul. Jamie getting them very cheap deals on renting trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hiding over there.
Perfect time. Oh, and me.
Oh, Bike finding that kill on Hood, but Hood taking a decent amount of damage out on Bike. If they're able to gather back over to Sendo, as it looks like they were able to do, they would have been able to heal back up. So they will be regenning, finding a little bit more heals. We do have DePaul trying to ult, use a Killjoy into sight here. Jamie taking one out on Mochi. Another kill was exchanged that I missed in the kill feed. Well, that's fine. It's even numbers right now. And so far, DePaul just has some pretty kind of solid angles. You know, Levy's holding U-Haul, looking around, a little unsure. Jamie knowing exactly that they were there.
Shooting through the box.
Jamie
James
also
gets a
finding that kill on Sendo.
And
that last on Tomu.
Making this
That's a 4K
12-11.
for that round.
That's insane. This is an insane comeback.
Definitely.
Because
where were they?
Now.
Where were they? Was it 12-6?
12-6.
It's a 6-point win.
Technically, we started this off at 8-4. So we've won 5. No.
But the
7
comeback,
rounds now.
you know, when we hit match point, And like I was talking
that's
to, I
true.
think I was talking to Wayne about this yesterday or something like that. But when you hit match point,
They timed out now. And
oh, okay.
when you hit match point,
When you hit match point, there's a bit of anxiety when you have that big of a gap. A 6-point gap is a pretty big gap. And you might be afraid to choke. You know you have a bit of lee room, of course, to try and seize that match point. But if you ruin your opportunities too many times, if you whiff one too many shots, if you have one too many bad plays, and obviously the econ is not doing DePaul any favors in this fight, you could end up causing a situation like this to happen, which is, you know, exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing the Vandals up 5 points from when DePaul hit match point. Definitely crazy to see how far they've come at this point. I'm very excited to see like how much further that we can bring this. We're going into round 24 now, looking to possibly bring it into overtime and see how we take it from there.
I would like to ask one question. So I've seen the KJ a lot of times. I don't actually know what detaining the players does. And you guys probably know, but I don't.
It essentially makes them so they can only walk and they can't shoot.
Oh.
And it's the same thing that Gecko's ult does.
I hate that. I don't like that.
But for the most part, it's easy to avoid if you know where to run and stuff like that.
I don't think I've seen many players actually get detained in the KJ.
You know, it doesn't happen too much. It's mostly used for control.
Oh, nice.
Oh! Omen's pulling out their util at the wrong time, unfortunately. Oh, Jamie finding 2 through the Viper smoke.
And
oh, and Sendo. Oh, finding 2. It's an even exchange. Oh, but Dark finding out.
And diffusing.
Dark finding that last and diffusing.
Yay.
Bringing us into overtime.
We love that. It is 12-12. We are probably going to...
That is crazy. I had no faith in them at all. I'll be completely honest. I'll just straight up say that I did not expect that to... I mean, honestly, if you saw where it was at 12-6,
I will agree.
You would have understand. The econ was in shambles. The skill was in shambles, but their mental did not falter. Jamie was able to keep everybody nice and happy together. They were able to re-strategize. They were able to figure everything out and brought us in the overtime. A 6-point win streak right there.
Should I yell at teams more often?
Maybe.
Should I do that?
Maybe. I had a talk about it. I'm like, if you know how to control casters, Kirk, you can root for any team. You can predict any game.
Anyway, we will be going into OT, the first round being us as attackers once again. And if you remember the last time we were attackers, that didn't work out too well.
So hopefully we've learned. We've maybe learned from
Viper wall pulled up. Astra Star placed down. We're moving around it, trying to enter into Site A here. Hood's pushing slowly, but I mean, yikes.
Yeah. It's still looking a little rough. Jamie finding one on Tomu though. First blood. First blood in this round here. Now remember, with OT, we swap positions every time. So if the Vandals are able to take this round, they will have to play another round as defenders in order to take it. Now Bike is in U-Haul, finding that one on Zombie, playing on that box. It's a pretty goated angle to play from. Very inconvenient if you're trying to play against that box.
Sendo
finding one on Jamie, throwing out their Hawk, not finding one. Oh, Bike using their satchels, just going somewhere, taking them out, going for the defuse already. Oh, but Viper has those lineups for the snake bite, though.
Oh, Hook gets Bike, and Omens gets Mochi.
It's tough, but I think Bike has half. It's a little bit of a tough. Levy's going for the other half. Able to get it. Oh, that is devastating for sure. They were so close, but we're going into round 26 now. It's 13-12.
And remember, we have to get 2 rounds in a row to win OT. So...
yeah, it's gonna be a little tough. Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard. But you know, the Vandals did just come back from their defender round. Hopefully, they're still carrying that same energy.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching OT. Going back and forth really demonstrates the versatility and the adaptability of each team. And if we can see that in our Vandals, then I think we have the win. However, if we see more of that in DePaul, we might have some struggles here. Because, I mean, we are doing great with defenders, but it might take a bit.
Now, Raze did trigger that tripwire in Hookah, so the Vandals do know kind of where some of them are. They haven't made any firm pushes yet, not too hard anyway, and most of the Vandals are on B, so it's going to be a bit of a tough push once this Viper wall comes down in a few seconds here. Sendo is trying to play window, trying to peek out. Mochi is behind them, supporting them, trying to make sure that they're able to get the rebound, I think is what I was trying to say. But Vike also comes out from behind them as well, looking to just be the star player of the show.
I think I think they already are.
I think they're already there. Tomu finding one on Zombie, Omens finding one on Sendo, but Leving finding one on Omens, Tomu finding a second, and Hood finding another on Jamie, or nope. Read that wrong, but Dark found another one on Tomu. The numbers are equal right now.
No,
Hood!
Now they're equal.
Finding it.
Oh, they're behind you. They're behind you.
Please, please,
no,
please.
No,
that's not. Oh! No.
No, turn.
Oh!
That was unfortunate. Okay, you know what?
It was honestly, it was
really
a panic. It was a panic whiff.
It was.
And I felt that. I know how it feels to be in those clutch situations. The stakes were high at this point. It was rough.
That was an amazing game.
That's crazy, by the way. 41 and
kills.
16.
Okay, I need someone to screenshot that.
41, 16, and 6 is wild.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Bike, for being the first player ever on the University of Idaho Esports Twitch channel to reach 40 kills in a Valorant game.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that
look
was
at that.
insane. And I was mean earlier, and honestly, I still kind of want to be. I have a few comments to make. However, I will say our Vandals fought really hard towards the end there, and I'm rather proud of them.
That's true. Yeah, played a very, very. They fought the good fight.
Yeah, the good fight.
The good fight. the good fight. I think.
I will agree. They did really well. I said that already, but I just want to emphasize that. To highlight a few players, Hood and Jamie had really good reaction times. Just
God, we saw some awesome plays from Hood tonight, especially Omens. Honestly, just going off. I do think that makes sense. I think they're the highest ranked player on the team, Plat 2 or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know, I mean, from across the board, we saw some great plays from everybody. So congratulations to DePaul for taking that first round. GG's to both teams for an excellently played fight. We will be taking a short 3-minute break and then moving into Icebox. The Vandals will be preparing to play defensively for that first round, which might help set them up for success.
I mean, Icebox is funky, though.
Yeah.
Icebox is funky for, like, it's not exactly defender-sided.
Honestly, it's more balanced, though.
It is. That's what I was thinking. So there's a lot more elevation on certain platforms. You have to twist your mind around trying to find your opponents.
That's true. But I honestly, like, people do not like Icebox. I like Icebox is like, Icebox holds a special place in my heart as like a faux Yoru main and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you know, we can talk more about that later as we go into the next game. For now, make sure to drink some water, get some snacks, use the bathroom, get up, stretch. We'll be here in a few minutes. Yeah. So we'll see you guys soon. I told them because for some reason, Jamie did not believe me. We were playing defender first on Icebox.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we were more suited to defender against this team. I mean, that might have just been bind as a map, but I feel like that difference in points at the beginning was really
Worth
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are in character picking. Zombie picked Jet, which is amazing on Icebox, just zooming around the screen. Hood got KO. Jamie picked Omen again. Omen main, huh? No matter the map.
Yeah. A lot of their comps include Omen. And Jamie ends up playing Omen. I don't think I've seen Jamie actually play any other character.
Sometimes you just get really good at that one character, and you're just like, I'll stick here. That's what I do.
I think they built a lot of their comps around that Omen, which is fine. They're a decent character for Icebox here. And we actually have a pretty decent defender, or comp in general. You know, Sage's mollies or slows. I guess they're not really mollies, but
do
they're
we have
slows.
two controllers? Or is
no,
that
we don't.
symbol? What's Viper? Viper is a
controller. Oh wait, no. So
we have two
we do
controllers.
have two.
Okay, so
But the
I'm
way
not
that
saying things.
I do know that the way that Omen is played as a controller and the way that Viper is played as a controller is a
I know
little
it's
bit different.
but like the makeup, I'm just thinking about the makeup of the teams.
That's true. Whereas
Oh, they have Sova, Jet,
DePaul has
Vipers?
no controller.
Interesting.
Oh, except for Viper, which might actually be goated, especially for attacking, because, oh my god, Viper's ult on either site is OP. It's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it's one's an enclosed area, and the ult essentially takes up the entire space.
Yeah.
And then the other is an open area, but the actual site can be covered by the ult. And
Now, for a quick second, can I take a look at the leaderboard?
okay, here we go.
So my bike is playing Reyna, pretty expected. Sendo, who was playing Sky for the last map, is actually playing Jet, so the second duelist for this round. Levy, who was playing controller last time, playing Viper, pretty standard. Mochi playing Cypher, who I believe was playing KJ last round, so again, pretty standard. And Tomu, who was playing Viper?
Why don't I remember anymore?
I don't remember
Was
either.
Viper No, Viper wasn't KJ. Sorry, Tomu wasn't KJ.
No,
right?
that was Mochi.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Probably
they're I think they were playing Viper, and they're playing Sova now. So definitely a bit of a role change.
Oh, we already have.
yeah, but
some
we already
shots fired.
have some engagement here on A for some reason. Okay, that's our Viper, who's kind of just staying behind at B.
And Tomu is planting.
Spike planted.
Tomu's getting that fight plant down. Hood finding that kill on Tomu there.
Whoa, okay.
Finally getting the defuse out. And Levy, yeah, trying to push out, but unfortunately getting taken out by Hood. Now Levy's snakebite does take out Hood. Is pretty unfortunate, but you know how it be. But the thing about playing defense on Icebox is that you have a lot more time to respawn. Like, your window for attack to response is a lot bigger than I think almost any other map. Especially on A site, which is, it's full of tight corners. There's not a lot of visibility. Whereas the defenders can take up so much space. They have a lot of information. They can get a lot of information. They can see what's going on, and they can hold down the site pretty well. It doesn't always work out in their favor, the attackers, I mean, when they're trying to play A. So maybe it just kind of wasn't meant to be. Who knows? We'll see how things end up going on this second round here. Having
like
kind of
Sage.
saves picks all around. It seems like Jamie's taking some damage already. Levy has found the first kill on Darkheart for the... Oh! Jamie finding two through the little 2 pixels against the wall there.
And that makes this 3-4, but you know what? Jamie is pretty low on health there. It's going to have to be careful. But I think we're doing pretty well here.
Yeah. So far, Defender's definitely working out for us, and I think that's because this map is a lot more well-practiced. Like, the comp is a lot stronger on this map. Because obviously, as you can see, it's not too much different besides the Sage. But it's just working out so much better
and
in their
Zombie
favor.
gets
Zombie
Bike.
finding that first of many on Bike. Hood finding one on Levy, and Jamie finding a third on Tomu.
And you know,
Once again, the spike was in the default position. They were pretty much able to do pretty much the same thing as last round. Nothing has really changed.
I will say that Zombie and Bike were kind of dancing around each other towards the end.
That's
It
true.
was just...
It was kind of funny. That happens a lot on this map. There's a lot of ring around the rosy going on. Now I wonder. I mean, it seems like some of. No, I'm looking at the Vandals who are actually
Okay, what does Zombie have right now?
Zombie.
Yeah, we can't.
A Marshall.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was just looking. I was just like.
Now we
what
are
is
seeing
that?
full buys from. We are seeing full buys from DePaul here. It is third round. Their econ's kind of in the garbage. They are going to need to force here to give themselves a chance in this next round. Some shots are being fired.
And we are
DePaul
in...
is trying to peek out of B long here. I don't think it's called long, but it's a long area, so I'm calling it that.
You call it.
There they are.
Honestly, I don't know the names of the map places either, so you're not going to get any flack from me. And here we have slow push moving forward. Darkheart keeping a small, tight corner. There we go. Shots fired, no one taken out. However, we are retreating just a bit so we can get a better position. Moving back towards A site, we see all 5 of DePaul's hanging out, trying to get in. But you know what? We have 3 defenders there. Viper wall put up. Watching that entrance real close. There's Omens moving towards A site. No, just hanging
30
out
seconds
in
left.
B. And Spike is still in possession of Viper.
Oh.
Spike takes out Zombie. Should have taken the shot earlier, honestly.
I don't know what was going on. I think there was just a bit of confusion there.
Spike takes out Jamie. It is now 3 to 5.
planted.
Make
Oh.
that 5 to 2. Spike has been planted. Honestly, this is severely in the favor of
Last player
DePaul.
standing.
Extremely. Make that 1 to 5. This can either be a clutch or a save, and I'd rather it be a save at this point. Strategic-wise, because, I mean, they're all practically full.
No! They're right behind you. Omens. That's okay. Sova's right in front of them.
I mean, they're kind
Throwing
of
out.
trapped.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the recon bolt. Gonna get found.
Oh!
Yikes. Sendo takes out Omens. And a flawless victory for DePaul. That makes this 2 to 1 going into the 4th round.
DePaul.
DePaul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 2 to 1 going into the 4th round.
Because the current score is 2-1, which means they've played 3 rounds so far. Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're fine. They get it.
Yeah.
We're talking to production.
Yeah.
You're production right now because
You're behind the
screen.
camera, so that automatically makes you production. That's what happens.
All right, here we are into the match. Zombie has the op. I love the op, to be honest. That'd be my gun. That'd be what I try and get. And we are pushing into A, but kind of trailing behind. They aren't as grouped up as they usually are. So we might be able to go for picks, except for the fact they were close enough to take
You
out
are
Jamie.
not Asuna. I don't know what you're doing on that rope there, but everybody is on the ground shooting up at you. That is not a good look. Unfortunate. However, rest of DePaul is moving up, moving onto site, getting some kills. We saw Sendo take one. I think we saw Levy take another. Bike taking one. Might see Team Ace here. Levy taking another and Sendo taking another.
They were blind.
That's a yikes.
Another flawless victory for DePaul. It's 2 across the board right now. Econ is looking pretty harsh on the Vandals,
We did
losing
just
those
lose
2
two.
rounds. Yeah, so they are going to have to prepare for a save round.
Yikes.
Probably buying for next. Knowing that they're going to have to play
It's
pretty careful.
It's not the end of the world. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
However, we need to recognize when they're rotating and when they're pushing, because I noticed that
These are better than dots.
those are fantastic.
Yeah, these are really good.
Sorry.
Our boss brought us snacks because he's nice and we love him.
And snacks in gaming is fantastic. That's why you guys should be having snacks while joining us on this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have some
Make sure
water
to keep
too.
yourself fed. Oh!
Ooh,
Sendo finding a
Sendo.
pixel of Jamie's head there.
Nice headshot.
Hood trying to use classic right click
Oh no!
to no avail, unfortunately.
There we have
Darkheart
it.
finding
2
a
to
kill.
4. Wait, that's 2
Ooh!
to 3
Player
because
standing.
Darkheart gets a kill, but unfortunately there was a trade and my bike gets that final shot.
Now, it's 1-3. Looks like someone who's playing Viper, whose name I forgot for some reason, Omens, is playing in screens, I think this is what it's called, with the Stinger.
Wait,
Knowing that they're going to have to play extremely careful. There's a Viper wall up right now. Oh!
and
Immediately
Mochi was
turned the
just
corner
waiting.
and Mochi was just like,
Literally
ba, ba, ba,
just
ba,
sitting
ba.
there. Just sitting there.
I've made worse noises on stream.
That was not great,
Mhm.
but it happens. I mean,
Of
you
course.
turn a corner, there's potentially someone there. That's the point of checking your corners. And sometimes they're more ready than you are.
But even then, there was a gun disadvantage. They were holding that angle with a Vandal, whereas
We had
Omens was playing with the Stinger.
yeah, it's not great. We do have 4 ults this round,
That is true. We do
and they
have a
have
pretty
2.
decent ult economy. No, we have 2.
Oh wait,
green.
you're right. You're right.
So,
They have 4. We have 2.
yeah.
That's not fun.
No, obviously, it is a little bit rough.
I don't like the Sova ult personally. I don't like the Sova ult being used on us.
Oh, of course.
It's not. That's a really aggressive ult. And here we are on.
But some
B
more
site.
shots are being fired. We have some of DePaul hiding on yellow here, the yellow box. Nobody's playing too exposed right now, except for Levy here, who could have been shot down
Yeah, that
very
could have
quickly.
gone really bad, really fast for them.
Yeah, hopefully they will learn from that. But I digress.
They are in the position to.
Sendo taking a nice pick on Hood, and Tomi finding Jamie on another. They're slowly thinking about moving the B, but they're still kind of trapped in this area by box right here.
30 seconds
We
left.
are seeing the Viper ult come from DePaul. Omens finds one on Sendo.
And
Bike
it's
finds
planted.
one on Sage. The spike is
player
planted, and
standing.
Zombie is slowly moving towards this ult right here.
Poison's gone.
Finding Viper. Oh, but immediately getting wiped by Tomu.
We
They're
could have had that.
Yeah.
We could have had that, but coming out of the smoke, just didn't have the fast reaction that was needed to take out Sova right there, and it ended us in our loss, making this 2 to 4. It has flipped at this point. We are now 2 behind instead of 2 ahead. That's fun. Just so much fun. Here we are in bye phase. Again, going into the 7th round. Zombie, I don't think we have the eco to do much. Oh,
Well, I mean,
what?
we found the one, but Sendo find another, but Zombie was playing on their ult, but Bike takes out Zombie. Omens finds Bike. It's an even exchange so far, actually in the Vandal's favor.
That was very sudden.
Very
But
quick.
thank you for getting us into the action.
Yeah, no, we're moving back in now. Mochi slowly trying to move up into A site, trying to give them an area to plant at. Levy finding another one on Darkheart. It's 2 players
Spike
across
planted.
both teams right now. Jamie holding a high angle. They know they've been spotted by Levy, who's trying to capitalize on that.
Oh!
But quickly taken out by Jamie. The reaction time is
That was fantastic.
Ooh, I don't I don't know what I was trying to say there.
It
But,
was too good.
yeah, it's too
Mochi
good.
is lying await at that corner.
Oh,
but
and
suppressed
Omen's
demon-
up
sorry,
in screens, finding that final kill on Mochi and able to take another point for the Vandals. It's 3-4 now into round 8.
Yep. And we are catching back up.
A lot more of an evenly weighted match this time around.
I think that last round had a lot more communication, especially between Jamie and Omens. Having Omens come up behind was more than likely planned because Jamie knew that Mochi was there, but also probably knew that Mochi would have instantly taken him out right there, right around that corner. So communication between the team is really important. We just saw the reason for that. Omens was able to come up behind, have a clear shot, while Mochi was honestly completely undefended. And here we are moving into the actual round. We saw a Cypher trap put up, but we have the Sage Wall as well to get past. And Darkheart takes
down
out
B.
Levy. The others are moving past the wall as they probably realize that that's not the best position for them at the moment. We are now into Site B. Sendo is planting, and the Vandals are rotating as fast as possible to combat the push from DePaul. Yes.
Darkheart finding one on Sendo. Zombie finding another. Tomu finding two, but Hood taking out Tomu. There's a lot of quick exchanges, and quickly, DePaul is wiped out once again. There's 3 players left on the Vandals who are left to defuse and take another point for the Vandals, up 4-4 now. Even once again.
We had half the fuse done. Now Zombie finishes off, giving us the win. Yay.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be a lot of oscillation between the two teams on this map because it's just such, as you said earlier, it's a balanced map. It can go either way, and it's really all about how the attackers push and then the response and the reaction time of the response from the defense, because both matter. And in the buy phase, they probably recovered their eco a little bit, but I mean, with the 2 losses.
No.
Oh, I say they as in DePaul.
Okay.
Yeah.
To quickly comment on what Amelia said. When I say that Icebox is balanced, I don't mean that it's easy for both the defenders and the attackers.
No,
Actually,
it's hard.
quite the opposite.
It's hard for both.
It's hard for both because, especially on A, vision is very obstructed. On B, it's a little bit more defender-sided if they're able to take the right angles. And it is just harder for the attackers to push up. But, like, as you can see, everyone is not really making too much movement. We just have to wait until things become visible, as Jamie was able to find Sando open, take that one out. Omens was able to find Tomu and Mochi. Levy was able to find Omens, etc., etc. There's just continuous engagement in between both teams as things become more known and become available to their information there.
And
Now Dark misses a couple shots, gets taken out by Levy. Jamie misses a couple shots, gets taken out by Bike, but Hood finds those
Hood gets
last
the
2
clutch!
that he needs, finding that clutch for the Vandals and taking it positive now, 5-4 in the Vandals' favor.
that was, I love that.
Yeah.
I liked seeing that from our opponent's perspective because I just got to see Hood. No, wait, Omens. Omens just standing above. That was great. Yes.
Now, we are going into this next round with 3 ults against 1. I mean, DePaul against Vandals.
Yeah.
Now, also knowing, like, the ults that are available, it could technically be in the Vandals' favor. However, DePaul definitely has a lot more information that's available to them in terms of Cypher's ult and Sova, and also his ult. Jeb, who did not use their ult and was taken out by Jamie.
Yeah, but they will have that next round, right?
Maybe.
Maybe? How does...
Well, I mean, like, will they use it? Was what I was thinking you were trying to ask, technically.
No, I was like, will they'll have it.
Oh, Omen finding that good. Oh.
But not able to get that aim on Bike right there. That adjustment from It's an elevation adjustment. That's one reason why I like Icebox,
Mm-hmm.
because that added level of difficulty of the just severely differing ranges of elevation the opponents can be on is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This is similar. The reason I like it is this is similar to the gameplay that I have, like Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed.
30 seconds
It's
left.
great. Anyway, we have more kills.
Whoa! Jamie finding the last two, just lined up for him there. It's positive once again, 6-4. Round 11. Only one more round until the last round of the half. Looking like so far it's in the Vandals' favor.
Okay. Possibly.
What do you mean?
If you think about it, we've made a pattern. We won the first 2 matches.
Uh-huh.
They won the next 4. Then we won the next 4.
Which means that they're going to win the next 2, maybe.
One suppressed.
So,
Maybe.
Get out of my way.
Maybe.
at worst, we just end the half 6-6.
Possibly. I'm just saying that's the pattern I've been seeing. So, I mean, it could go either way. Oh, Darkheart takes out Levy. And we are into neither site. I wonder where are
Trying
we
to go
right
for
now?
a weird mid push because it looks like now they're going towards A. Bike slowly walking up into the nest area, taking this rope.
I love that the wall sign art things. They're fantastic.
And most of them are lore relevant.
I figured.
Yeah.
Like the no snowman sign. Sorry. Moving on to the actual game match. Whoa. Darkheart's taking a lot of kills in this game. In this round.
Hood finding 2, Bike
Spike down
finding
A.
1 on Zombie, and Bike trying to. Oh my God! Hood is absolutely going crazy tonight. Bike tried to use their eye, use their flash
Last
to
round in the half.
take out some visibility, but Hood still was able to see them, still was able to spray, had that aim control, and was able to take Bike out at 7-4. Last round before the swap. Do you want more pretzels? Just steals the pretzels.
They're not leaving the table.
They're not leaving the table. We just offer them.
As long as they're not leaving the table. There you go. There you go, production. Anyway, moving into the 11th round, or sorry, 12th round. We have some pushes up. I think B short, right? Or is B short? No, that's mid. I need to learn the names of this because there's not. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're going up side. Now they're rotating towards A. We have a more spread out looking defensive line other than on B site. I think our Vandals fell for the bluff and we're following a little bit. Jamie was able to take out Mochi and it is now 4-5. We still have 2 ults, but again, they still have 3 at their leisure. Oh, Omens
Spike
takes out
down, B.
Levy. I keep wanting to say Levi.
Oh, gets pinched, unfortunately. Bike taking him out from behind and finding another one on Dark. It is, however, still in the Vandals' favor in terms of numbers,
30 seconds
as long as they're able to
One
get the kills
enemy
that they
remaining.
need, just like this one. Hood finding one on Tomu, trying to get another one on Bike, knowing that they're going to have to play careful. And Jamie finding that last one on Bike. It's 8-4.
I mean, Bike was trapped
Taking it
between like
a
3 different Vandals.
Switching
point
sides.
lead into the second half.
As much as this
I was proven wrong.
Yeah.
I was proven wrong.
They only need
I'm
5
glad
more
I was.
rounds to take this game in the series, and then we would move on to what it is, Lotus.
Yes, Lotus.
Mhm.
I love Lotus. It's my favorite map. It's just so pretty, and it has like the doors that you push and and it adds just a little bit more to the map that I like. Anyway,
Lotus was the map that I went like 25 and 17 on last night.
nice.
It's a very I like that map a lot. I used to not like it when it first came out, actually, believe it or not, but I think those changes that they made to the site to like C site, and some of the parts of A site definitely were for the better.
Okay, we had, I think, Molly thrown into A. I didn't get a clear look at it. And we have 3 on A site that we have to get past. There we have Jet throwing in her smoke, then flying in. But
Oh, Tomu passing
unfortunately-
that corner and immediately finding Zombie, but getting taken out by Hood. Now Sendo finding Hood. It's pretty even exchanges right now. Jamie finding one on Mochi, trying to back away, knowing that they're at super low health. Finding a quick pick on Sendo, but Blake finding Jamie.
It is now 1-2 in the body count favor in Vandal. Sorry, not Vandals. In DePaul. I can speak.
It's okay. But it was in DePaul's favor. Interesting note that Omens has a movement error on their
What?
crosshair. It's either movement error or firing error. I couldn't tell because it happened so fast, but essentially the crosshair just moves in a weird way when you're moving or when you're shooting to show how inaccurate your shots are going to be when you're either moving or trying to spray.
Okay. Useful or deterrent? Or sorry, detractment.
For me, it can be distracting in game, but when I'm practicing, I do use it just so I know how I'm moving. I can pay attention to that, and does become useful in some sense. I don't know if it's useful during gameplay, but I mean, if it is, and you know, we saw their performance last game. This should be fine, maybe. Now we do see that poison orb coming out. Levy. Wow, I almost did it too.
Yeah.
Against that yellow box there. Ooh, but Zombie finding 2 with the classic.
Making this 2-3 in favor of the Vandals.
Now Zombie doesn't know, but he has a Spectre now. I think he knows now.
Yeah, probably.
Finally getting that spike down in a kind of dangerous angle, getting that heal from the
I mean,
Sage.
it
This is
right
another
next to the
reason.
Sage wall, so I feel like that's safe enough. But we will have to watch it a little more closely. There's the jet smoke thrown.
Oh, Zombie,
no.
Zombie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there it
Okay.
is. All right.
Good
Yeah,
job,
a lot
Zombie.
of the
Good
ball
job,
was
Omens.
very distracted, not really able to stay on their nose. And honestly, they've just been taking it win after win. I'm hoping that DePaul finally, or not finally, but like kind of realizes what it is going on, maybe takes a timeout, tries to give themselves a bit of an advantage back into the second half here. But we will see as the round goes on. It's round 15 now. Most of the Vandals are planning on going towards A.
I feel like the competitiveness right now and the level of skill on both teams is equal enough that it's not just skill difference. That's not what's happening here, and it's not just strategy, because obviously strategy plays a huge part in what's going on right now, but also luck. A ton of luck is going on right now, and I think it's just in Vandal's favor at the moment. Anyway, we're into Site A. A few kills already, trade between Zombie and Hood, and it is now 4-4. We do have the spike, and we are on site. However, we have not planted yet. Hood is not safe yet. Bike gets Hood, but Jamie gets Tomu. It is. We need to take out Bike. We really need to take out Bike. There's Dark Heart on Levy. Jamie's planting. We have 2 defenders left. Cypher and Reyna. There they are. Bike's taken out. It's now just Cypher, and Darkheart gets that last shot, making this an attacker win, 10-5 in favor of the Vandals.
Gentle.
I was really invested in your casting, so I wanted to let you do the whole round.
Oh, thank you. I
No,
can
it
do
was really good.
play-by-play.
Yeah, look at you go.
I can't do analysis, but I can do play-by-play.
I mean, like, it turned out really good. I mean, we saw some things come to fruition that honestly shouldn't have, but I think, again, a lot of the area where the Vandals are holding now is a gun advantage. As you can see,
We did have full
DePaul's
buys.
economy right now is not looking too great, having to go for a lot of cheap buys to try and like get by and have some kind of success in these rounds. It's not looking good for him.
Oh, all
far.
5 of them.
Now, Omens finds one on Sendo, but Bike has to take out Omens, of course, in this weird angle. But at least the Vandals know now where DePaul is.
Zombie gets
where they
Bike
are.
and Levy. Unfortunately, Tomu was able to get Zombie in return. Jamie gets the last 2.
Oh my god, so well played.
That was so smooth.
Something I actually forgot to mention, was from that other round when we were talking about targeting Bike, is that one of the kind of sad things about Overwatch or Valorant, even the fact that it's a character-based game, is that it's not really like Overwatch, and you can't just like specifically target one person.
Well, I get
at least
that, but, like,
immediately. You kind of just see and shoot.
It's like, I see you. We're fighting. Like, I get that.
And
I was just
especially
saying,
because
like,
Overwatch, I think, in that sense, has a lot more distinct character shapes. Like, you can make out a silhouette a lot better than you can in Valorant.
Yeah, I mean,
which
looking
is,
at this, I wouldn't be able to see who was who quite clearly unless they had the bow, and then I was like, oh, Sova. Or they were just zooming across the map. Oh, Jet, and we are here in Site B.
now Zombie is able to get some shots out on, I think it was Sendo there? Whoever is playing Viper, I don't remember.
I think you're right, it is Sendo.
No, it was Levy. Oops.
Oh. Oops. They're not our team. We don't have to memorize them. We have the list.
Now the rest of the Vandals are running back to A. Jamie was able to use their ult and get back to site, get
Very
that plant
great
down.
plan there. Oh, man, get
Now
all of them.
Omens was holding an angle, once again getting taken out and exposed, but at least able to find a couple picks, which is really all they need. Now Bike able to find a really clean kill on Jamie as they go out
No,
into
on
screens.
Jamie takes out Bike.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
bad
Zombie.
read, but hey, at least Jamie was able to get that kill. It's 12-5 now. It's a 7-point gap. It's looking really good for the Vandals.
Hopefully we don't choke like they did.
I don't think we will. I mean, you can see
Yeah, that's
even
true.
with the econ, still things are still looking really rough for DePaul, and the buys are going to be super inconsistent. So either they're able to figure out what it is that they need to do to clean up this
Or-
round and take game 2, or we see them
In the next
choke.
map.
Choke a couple games, but we don't know. We will see.
Oh.
I do technically know how to do the Heimlich, so I can help them if needed.
I actually can do the Heimlich.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that for sure.
I can do a few things. CPR, one of them, though I need to get
Strike down A.
again.
Oh, Zombie going crazy. Not finding this other one on Tomu, who was already able to find 3.
Last player standing.
Bike finding another.
Unfortunate.
Dark
We were able
getting
to-
taken out, but Omen's able to get the spike down. Bike shooting through the Viper
Lucky
ult and
shot
finding
there.
that final kill for DePaul, bringing it up 12-6.
Wow. You didn't
Sounds
knock
a
on
little
wood.
familiar. I didn't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to.
Okay.
I think it's
Come
gonna
on,
be
Vandals.
fine.
Come on, Vandals.
gonna
Don't make
do
me
it.
insult you when you've been doing so well. Anyway, here we are, still at match point. It may seem like they're going for Site A. Here we have some of the stats. 21 kills for Jamie. Wow. 22 for Bike. Maybe we'll have a race to see who can get to 40.
Maybe.
And we're off. Oh, okay. Don't push. That's fine. There's a Viper.
They're going for a
Smoke?
slow push, going for a quiet push. Sendo's playing in
Is-
kitchen, and Jamie is just sitting above here. I feel
Yep.
like they should be checking that angle.
Camera taken out.
But, I mean, it's fine.
Do as you please, I guess.
Now, the rest of the Vandals are moving into B site. Meanwhile, waiting for any kind of engagement from DePaul here. Not too much is going on. Shots have been fired. Sendo has been taken out, and Jamie finds another one. Tomu in kitchen. Now, Bike does, unfortunately, have that aim diff. Finding one on Jamie.
Last player
Couple more
standing.
kills are exchanged. And Omens takes that last kill on Bike.
And we
finishing
win.
out the round for the Vandals, taking a game at a much larger gap than we saw last time, 13-6.
That makes this 1-1 in the series, and we'll be moving into Lotus. They matched kills.
That's crazy. Although Jamie did better.
Yeah, less
More
deaths.
assists and less deaths.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
They have a higher econ, though. Oh, we have more first bloods. That's interesting.
Jamie was he was going at it today. For sure, for that game.
Impressive.
Saw some good competition from both teams. Once again, GG to both teams. It's not entirely over yet. We still have Lotus to play through, and we will be calculating how many rounds each team has won to see.
We will.
Yeah, that's how they choose who gets to pick next.
Oh, okay. So,
so we already have the map picked out, but who gets to pick on, like,
so
if
how
they
it
play
is,
defense or attack is who won the most rounds.
the current lineup is 6 plus 14. It's 20 rounds for DePaul and, sorry, not 20 rounds. No, 20 rounds. 20 rounds.
Because it was 14-12?
Yes, 14-12, which makes this 25 for us and 20 for them.
Yeah.
I can do math. Okay, we will be
Yeah.
coming back after a break, so make sure you get some water, get some food in, come back, and enjoy the rest of the match with us. Hello and welcome back. We are into the third game of the Valorant JV match. And here we are in Lotus, my favorite map.
Yes, very fun map, very good map. I was talking to Jamie about the last round, technically in the series, about how he played and, you know, trying to figure out what the next gameplay was for the next game here. So as we go into Lotus, it seems like the Vandals are going to be playing Cypher, Viper, Omen, Breach,
And Raze.
and Raze. For
Which-
some reason, I saw Raze and said Omen.
You just skipped.
I don't know why.
You're used to Jamie being in the middle. But
I
on the
think
other side,
so,
we have
yeah.
Raze, KJ, KO, Viper, and Astra. Very similar to the first round that we saw, other than KO.
Now, again, KJ is going to come in clutch for this map. Great setup on C, great setup on A. And overall, like, having a Sentinel is just going to do DePaul wonders into this next game, especially.
KJ is insane. I
Well,
love
wait, no,
KJ.
they're attacking first, so I mean, they'll have their time to shine eventually. Looks like for the most part they're preparing for a C push. Meanwhile, the Vandals are trying to get themselves situated across the map. They're getting Cypher over onto C, which, I mean, like,
It's
okay, in
it's
my
reasonable.
personal opinion, I don't think that Cypher is a good Sentinel for this map. Just because, like, a lot of his util is kind of limited to just the trips at this point. The trips do good, and the camera's obviously, like, a pretty good PC util.
Like
but
it is.
other than that, like, I don't know how the traps are going to be used in this situation.
And there we have first kill by Darkheart.
Bike is trying to zoom in and immediately getting taken out by Dark, who is hiding up in CT over there.
And
Now the
Spike
rest
being
of
planted.
DePaul is moving into sight, getting the spike down, landing on the stairs. The rest of the Vandals are trying to move into sight, trying to pick out
Zombie
DePaul
taken out
one by
too.
one, and that's exactly what's going on here.
And there's Breach.
Omen's
util.
finding that last one on Tomu and taking the first round for the Vandals here.
We do have some support for DePaul in chat, so
That sucks. I'm sorry you guys literally just got here and saw them get wiped for that first round.
okay, that's why I was just like.
I was like,
we-
no, it's like I mean, like,
That-
we've been doing decent, but, like, we haven't been wiping the floor with them all. Except
Until
for that
that-
round.
except
Except for that round. Like, you literally
Yeah.
just got there, and that's what you had to see. I apologize.
Anyway, we'll be moving into the second round after that first win. Excuse me. I will say, I feel like the traps. I feel like Cypher isn't necessarily why they put that. Maybe it's Darkheart playing Cypher is why they put him over there.
Maybe, because something else that Jamie pointed out to me is that most of everybody kind of just plays kind of similar characters.
Oh.
Some ult kills there. Breach is C and Raze is C. Some grenades in there. Finding a couple of DePaul's players hiding in that A area and quickly moving towards B. This is how you want to use B, and I'm going to go into that after this round. But until then, we see that Darkheart finds one
It's now
on
2 to 5.
someone. Yeah, Bike finding a couple, or trying to find some damage, but Hood eventually taking them out. Sendo finding one on Darkheart. KO
There was that gun
here on
advantage in
DePaul.
favor of the
Sendo
Vandals.
here is on their own.
Yeah, we
Both
have
sides
here
are essentially clueless, and Jamie is able to swing out.
just the
and
right time as the smoke comes down.
taking another round for the Vandals here. It's 2-0 now. Setting a pretty decent precedent for the Vandals, and hopefully a stronger match. Maybe a very similar result. We did see when the Vandals started out playing defense, they started out a lot stronger and able also to finish hard. So maybe that's exactly what we're going to see here. Also, no promises. We'll see later. But in the meantime, we do have Omen's trying to get that wall out, and the rest of DePaul trying to figure out how they're going to push up. A lot of them has taken some damage in this little A area, and they're playing back in their spawn, trying to figure out if B's the move, if they should move to C. KJ's already trying to make some waves towards C, passing the mound, trying to look for anyone who might be hiding there, but eventually regrouping with their team. They waited long enough. They're maybe looking at A as an option once again.
Here we
I
have
don't know that
Viking
Jamie's
creeping up.
hiding on top of that box, kind of waiting for them.
This feels like
to
a CS
in.
move.
Yeah. No, it kind of is, actually.
I mean, it worked, so.
Now, they're
Watching too.
trying to have that gun discipline. Is it going to work? No, because Sendo knew they were up there.
Waited
Which
too
might,
long.
yeah, might be an issue with that. I don't believe in the whole gun discipline thing. I think if you see the enemy and you have the chance,
take the shot.
shot.
Well, I think
Hello?
in the section,
Obviously, they would have gotten picked off, but they would have had the information and they would have had another player off the Paul. But
I feel like them waiting for both players to at least move. That was the smart.
that was true,
10
yeah.
seconds
But
left.
there's too much discipline sometimes.
Yeah.
And then it's just playing the waiting game for no reason.
Yeah, it's like they're literally right there and you have like a million opportunities to shoot and you're taking none of
Yeah.
them. But
But we still won.
whatever.
The round.
Yeah, we still won the round. Some nice engagements happened. It's 3-0 now. Pretty decent for the Vandals here. I need to stop eating these.
I know. I was just thinking that they're so good. But I was thinking of a pun in my head. You said 3-0 and I was like KO. Anyway, here we
Just
are
under
in the
my
buy
breath, guys.
phase. I loved that split second when Breach was about to unleash util, and we just switch as he just starts his audio. Sorry.
What?
Oh, a hard push onto C site, taking out Darkheart. It looks like we will be moving on, pushing onto site only for Tomu to be successfully planting, and we have to take it back now. That's not fun.
Yeah, C-site's a little hard. We've seen some bad plays on this site when we have to go for retakes, so hopefully the JV team does not follow in Varsity's footsteps. So far, it seems like they're doing a good job at not doing that. Oh, that's sad.
Tomu did get... wait.
Tomu did find one on Jamie.
But you know what? We were able to take out the rest of the attacking team and get the defuse, making this 4-0.
Very strong game for the Vandals so far. I think
Oh, a timeout.
a timeout
timeout.
from
Sendo.
Sendo.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Honestly, the aggression that I'm seeing on both sides is fantastic. And I know I say aggression a lot, but that's, again, this is a competitive game. It's a competitive first-person shooter.
But it's also a strategic shooter.
Yes, and
So playing aggressive all the time may not be the best issue, which, again, from that first game, definitely was an issue. With, you know, the Vandals just not pushing hard enough and playing fast enough. But they were, you know, they figured it out. They realized that slow pushing every round is not the move.
it's really, really not. Honestly, slow push the first round I'd get. And that's only because you're trying to figure out your opponent. The rest of the time, I'm like, you don't have to, like, be rushing in head first every time. That's not aggression. That's just dumb. I consider aggression, like, applied strategy with force. Like, that's what it is. Because if you don't do that, you're just bullheaded. And I'm glad that I'm seeing that from the Vandals. Proper aggression is what I mean, not bullheadedness. We don't need
stop
that.
eating these.
I want to take them away, but that means I have to take them away from myself too.
Exactly.
Maybe
Too
someone
bad.
needs to just take them.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
no, I would fight. Anyway, here we have a maybe push into B site. I mean, everybody's kind of just playing the waiting game. Hate that, actually.
But
We have some Cypher traps set up.
you know, oh, it's because Viper ulted C.
Oh. Of
Why?
course. I think they saw a push.
Well,
Because we
it
were
deterred
talking.
them for a while, and that's, I mean, it worked. You know, Levy found one on Jamie, though, trying to sneak into the A area, giving them an opportunity to push into A.
Astra Star placed. And Zombie had to retreat and rotate. It looks like they were able to successfully push onto B site. Viper wall put up. We see a Viper smoke. Pushing on to A. Never mind. Sorry. Zombie gets Sendo.
Ooh,
Bike gets
great
Zombie,
strafe
though.
from Bike,
Spike
taking out
planted.
Zombie. Hood is fighting in the back, and Dark is hiding on the
Oh,
outside of sight.
another Viper
We
ult.
do see the offensive Viper ult here.
Last player
They
standing.
knew to tap the spike because of the molly that was there, but even then, was still a pretty risky play. They took a bit of damage from that molly as well as from KJ's bullets. So they are going to have to play the rest of this round careful. We will see. They're turning this corner, looking for Viper, who's bobbing up
Oh!
and down like a duck in water. Omen's turning
Oh,
around.
behind you! Oh, there's no point.
Hello? Hello?
What was that?
What was that? Hello?
Mochi, why? Just
Why either of them, actually?
What was that?
They would have had time if they just, like, made engagement fast enough.
Okay.
But okay, yeah, okay.
That, I feel, has
That
to
was
be
a round
discussed
I-
later.
That was a round I don't think they needed to give up. But the same thing did happen first game. It was 4-0, and then a point was made. So,
We're seeing a lot of repeating patterns. That's all I'm saying. But you know what that means? These are very equal teams.
that's true.
So we're seeing some really good gameplay. We have a two-prong push onto either B site or C site. I can't tell which right now because they haven't made any further movement. There was some Astra stars placed down, falling behind KJ, and moving on to B. Oh, unfortunate. Hood takes out Sendu. Mochi takes out Sendu. What?
No, it was
No.
a res.
Oh, okay.
Because KO ulted.
Oh.
Who can get picked up in his ult?
And Sendu takes out Hood, and Bike gets Zombie. But a trade whoa! 3 kills from the Vandals, taking out Bike, Sendu, and Levy. Levy, oh no, Tomu takes out 2 of our Vandals. It's 1-2. And we have to get the plant. We have to. Wait, did that just slow it down?
Nope.
Oh no, it trapped it.
Yeah, no, that's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is now 4-2.
I need to actually stop eating these pretzels so I can calm. That's what I need to do. Because I'm too busy eating these pretzels that I can't
And then
talk.
I have to take over.
Can I get a drop?
All right, here we
But
go.
you're doing a good job.
Oh, thank
So.
you.
Thanks.
I try.
It's 4-4 going into round 7.
It's what? What?
It's 4-2
Yep.
going into round 7.
Don't make us lose.
Um,
We have 7-2-3 for zombies, 7-3-1 for omens. I keep wanting to say demons because that's how I learned his name, even though it was wrong. But that's fine. We have 3 ults though.
that is true. We do have 3 good ults. We have DePaul slowly moving into B, trying to decide what it is that they're going to do here. Don't know if immediately pushing to B is a great option, but they're going to make it work. I believe we have Hood and Omen holding this corner pretty hard.
Oh man,
Oh, both players both players tag teaming Bike here.
that was brutal.
Yeah. Looking a little rough for DePaul. Taking some damage across all fronts. Hood kind of just standing in front of them as they move towards the door.
Darkheart taking
Mochi
out Tomu.
finding that wallbang headshot on Dark.
Yikes.
It's a little rough out here, but the numbers
Jamie gets
are
through.
in the Vandals' favor. It's 4-2.
Mochi is planting. Kind of need to stop that, but I mean.
One enemy remaining.
Whoa. Okay, lots of action. It's 3-1. Astra's the
30
last one
seconds
left. The plant has not been made, and Omens takes out Levy before they're even able to pick up the spike again.
Yeah.
Making
Good round, though.
Yeah, 5-2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Taking back that win streak.
Mm-hmm. Trying to move forward for the rest of this half, trying to set themselves up for success.
We
The
are
Vandals
into the
here.
8th round, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing the math in my head.
So far things are, yeah, moving along pretty well. DePaul is looking to push towards A, but it seems like the Vandals are ready to defend against that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not making a hard push yet, but we're probably going to see some engage pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Going not for a slow push, but for a stall, which is a really interesting play, but I think they also know that the Vandals get a little impatient at times, and they want to see if they can play off of that. Hood was able to find one, take a nice little pick off of their backline, or someone who was just running around, so might be pretty helpful for them later to try and figure out where to defend from next. For now, though, DePaul is still kind of playing in their spawn, not making any moves. There's less than a minute left on the clock, and nobody really knows what to do. We do have Bike walking out in front first, taking their team to A site. Oh,
Jamie
trying to
takes
take
out
out Bike, or trying to take out Jamie, and Tommy successfully
down
taking
A.
out Jamie. There's a few more encounters through Breakable here.
But you know what? It is 3-2 in favor of the Vandals.
One enemy remaining.
Make that 3-1. Oh, 2-1.
Team ace.
And Darkheart gets the last kill, making this a team ace.
Yeah,
Love
great
to see
round
it.
for the Vandals. We're kind of a nice little pattern that we saw back on the Icebox, where the Vandals were getting a lot of decent points on Icebox.
I think we're getting more comfortable now.
Yeah, for sure. Finding a lot more of our mojo.
Astra's placing down her stars on DePaul's team. And as wait, no, we're not attackers yet. Haha. Oops.
This is a nice spot.
Sorry.
I think DePaul, oh my god. Okay, I think DePaul once again might be going for a solo war push, but they're already trying to make some moves up towards C, so maybe not. We will see.
We might have some bluffs in the other sites, though.
That's true.
I think that
Which is
might be
kind of what we're already seeing. We have some DePaulians, I don't know, peeking out, trying to make some engagements already. Meanwhile, the rest are kind of hiding in spawn, looking towards B, and leaving KO and Raze to do most of the dirty work. Or KO and KJ, looks like. Yeah.
there's
Jamie once
Jamie
again hiding on top of the box. Can we get a Jamie cam? Never mind.
Jamie's taken out by Levy.
He thought the play was going to work again. It didn't work.
I think they're expecting him up there at this point.
Yeah. They know that Jamie likes to play a little ratty, and they're ready to play against it, which is probably good. They're adapting. But
Following Bike, we see Tomu's planting. Hood is
Spike
watching
planted.
just
site.
go get them. We're not on camp. Just go.
Anyway, here we have K. Was that a KJ bot? I think that was a KJ bot. Taken out. We are on site. It has been planted successfully. Zombie gets Bite. Oh, but did not check around them close enough. Hood gets 2 kills. Zombie was taken out.
We are going to see DePaul try and use a Killjoy to
potentially take the advantage.
Yeah, to try and control the site a little bit more, but Hood is able to hide from it, not get detained, not able to get on site as the rest of DePaul runs away. Don't know why they're still here.
They were able to
but
take
they
out Mochi.
were able to find that random kill on Mochi, so good for them.
Yeah, I think at that point, they knew that they weren't getting out of there. Might as well go and look. And found Mochi.
Yeah.
And here we are into the 10th round at 6-3. We have some good buys here. Our econ's not bad. Okay, it's not... Yeah, that's fine. Look at that.
Yeah.
We're doing great. They... sorry, DePaul is buying out pretty well. Not a full buyout, obviously. They don't have that good of econ yet.
Most of DePaul is moving towards C very, very quickly, if I might add. Moving past the mound very quickly. We see that Viper wall get up. We see Bike pull out their ult, try and get something. Not finding anything, just spamming their util into exposed areas of sight to try and find any kills, any damage at all. Unfortunately, not finding anything on anybody for the meantime.
Getting that spike planted, though. That kind of instant reaction.
Sendo
is really
Mochi finding some nice kills for DePaul, although Jamie is going to take one on Levy.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
Finding
man, it
another
is-
one on Tomu, but getting taken out eventually. It's 1v2 fight.
Jamie is last person standing.
Yeah.
And honestly doing pretty well, but has to watch out for KJ in that corner there. Probably not going to. Yep, there we go.
Not gonna. Yep.
I called
See, at least this is what I mean, though, because if you're gonna hold a rat corner and hide in a place that people aren't gonna check, take this shot when the shot's in front of you.
Yeah, I agree. I was just thinking maybe he was waiting because he figured there was a second person behind him earlier. In that
Maybe.
round.
Possibly.
Waiting for that good angle is okay too, but waiting too long gets you killed. 6-4 now. It looks like DePaul might be catching up. And, I mean, I don't know what the plan is right now. Our eco... I don't know. What's our eco looking like?
Can I see a leaderboard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not too
a
bad.
little rough, but we were able to force. So I
Is
think
that the
we're
Viper
going to be
ult?
able to use that. Yes, this is the Viper ult.
Oh, man. Why are they
Deterring
using that right
them
there?
from B. Probably for the better anyway. It's usually just like a harder site to play. But it does also mean that the rest of DePaul is going to be moving towards C for this next engagement.
There's a bit of a bluff, I think,
Trying
over
to
on A.
use the Viper ult to deter deter DePaul from whatever site they were planning to play helps gives the Vandals a little bit more control in their fights. So maybe that's going to come to their advantage. I don't know.
Here we are on C, but it looks like the DePaul is rotating towards A once again. I mean, a few rotations. Takes up time, but you know what? It might be the play.
And they still have a decent amount of time anyway. Just about 30 seconds here on
30
the
seconds
clock
left.
as DePaul moves on to site, not making any kills or any moves to plant just yet. Now they are. Zombie is hiding around the corner, pretty much
planted.
prepared.
And Astra's...
I'm getting scared. Zombie, what are you doing? Oh, finding one?
Oh, and
Not
almost
finding the other
two.
on Levy. Unfortunately, that panic spray does seem to consume him there.
And we're
Now
seeing the
Tumu
same
is
angle
finding
there.
another.
And
Oh,
getting
but
at least
Omens
one.
does find Levy.
It is 1
Oh,
1 to 2. We have to take out
Raze
that
is
plant.
low health. Oh my god, he walked right into that.
Oh,
That was actually crazy on Bike, though. That was a very well thrown nade. But we're
Last
moving
round
into the
before the
last
switch.
round before the half.
and we are almost tied. What did you say earlier?
What I said 4-4.
Yeah. It's now possibly...
6-5.
Yeah.
It's whatever. We're forcing because it's the last round, so it's whatever. We did use that Viper ult to our advantage, but they also have a Viper ult. So they might be able to use that to defend on wherever they're playing. Might look like A on this next round, so we will see. They're stalling once again, not making too firm moves, going for that bit of a slow push, hiding in that A room there. Jamie gonna play way too deep and get taken out by Tomu. Tomu finding another one on Zombie and pretty much immediately clearing A for DePaul. We do have Omens who's playing on their flank. Hopefully they're going to be able to defend against that.
We do have a Vandal coming around the back. Going to probably pinch, but I don't know how effective it will be with the numbers advantage in DePaul's favor. And Levy is planting.
Spike planted.
Although Dark was able to find one on Sendo, Omens was able to find one on Tomu, trying to, you know, use their angles to their advantage, trying to confuse DePaul. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Hood is able to find one on Levy.
Oh, but
Bike was able to find Dark and Hood, leaving Omens playing Tree, the last player on the Vandals for this half.
One enemy
We're
remaining.
able to take out Mochi, but we do know that... Oh, no! What? Why does he do that? He always taps and then just stops moving. I get so confused by this. But anyways, we do know that DePaul likes to stall, but unfortunately Omens was able to take out... oh, never mind. Hood, they were able to take out Bike fast enough, although they were able to stall long enough that they weren't able to get the defuse.
I think, oh, man, that was sad.
A good half,
actually.
though, for sure.
Oh, definitely. It's just that last round was like, we were so close. Omens took out, what, 3 in that round?
Yeah.
And went for the defuse, only got halfway before, you know, detonation.
But it's,
It's 6-6 now.
Mm-hmm.
And we are attackers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was just thinking about what we were just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're doing great.
No more charges left.
Perfectly fine.
Placing
Anyway,
swarm grenade.
5 seconds for round 13. Mochi's in site B. No, site C. Planting bots. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bots.
It seems like the DePaul, I still don't know what their mascot is, so I just keep calling
The
them
demons.
the something. Blue
Demons.
Demons.
Sorry, I should have written that down.
Oh, that's what that comment meant.
Yeah.
I thought you were calling them demons because they were like our enemies or something like that.
No.
I don't know.
They're
And red because they're supposed to be bleeding and dying out on the floor.
No.
I don't know, man.
Toxin screen down.
And here we are. Okay, it looks like we're all a bit spread out, but mostly concentrated into A. Here we're going to have some backup moving through. Jamie's over in, I believe this is A.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that is
There's
A.
There's a plant.
You will see A as a common site for
the-
first round.
Okay, team. I keep wanting to say Timu. It's Tomu. Anyway, Tomu takes out Jamie, but Darkheart gets that trade on Levy. Oh, and Omens gets Mochi. Here we have conflict in a Viper smoke.
And Bike is able to find that other half. Yeah. Pros don't fake, I guess.
Yeah, with...
I'll do my job.
Whoa.
What?
Never mind. I'm
What?
reading
Pros
too
don't
deep.
fake? That's a thing. It's a saying. The
No,
reason that you call
it
them
is.
that is because when you're in the middle of a fight and you sit there and you
No.
defuse in the middle of gunfire and end up getting it, because pros don't
There-
fake.
I was,
It's an
I was
ego
reading-
thing. It's
I-
not me rooting for.
No, that's not what I was thinking. I was just reading a little too deeply into it. I was just like, darn, you're making more comments than I usually do. Oh, sorry. Anyway,
Well, I won't say anything on that. How about that?
we are into the 13th round.
Mhm.
Actually, sorry, we've been through 13 rounds. We're on the 14th round, and we've just barely made it through that gateway and pushing for C. It is 5-5 still as the round just started. Nice Omen smoke heading in, blocking the entrance. There's an Astra star we see. Ray's ult? No, that's not Ray's ult. That's
that was a
util.
breach, you tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it from that angle.
Spike planted.
His C ability.
Yeah. We have taken out one of the demons and pushing further into sight. Mochi is defusing, but if we can stop... Oh, wow, they really just go... Oh, Spike diffuser kill.
One enemy
We
remaining.
still have a chance here, but Bike does get 3 kills. Sorry, no, 2 kills.
And
You know, it
Sendo
doesn't matter.
finds
We're all
3.
taken out. It doesn't matter at this point. Making this 6-8. This is definitely going into the advantage of DePaul, but, I mean,
A little rough for the Vandals going into the half, but it's fine.
It's recoverable.
Yeah, I'm sure that we'll be able to figure out where it is that we're falling apart, and then not fall apart.
You know, reconvene.
My head hurts and I'm tired, so the words are not wording today.
The words are not wording. But we should be re-strategizing soon. Maybe not taking a timeout just yet. Doesn't seem that. Whoa. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. See, you'll know it's the op because it's the loudest gun in the game.
Yeah, but I don't think
that isn't the Odin anyway. I think the op
obviously
is even louder than the Omen, though.
It might be because snipers without a silencer, and silencers don't work like most people think. Anyway, snipers without a silencer are actually pretty loud. Anyway, moving on from that.
Yeah.
It
the
is
Vandals
4-5.
looking at A as an option. Not making any too firm moves yet. We have Dark hiding over at B, just trying to look for anybody, and eventually rotating with the rest of his team back to A. We do have Jamie planting a very well-placed snake bite or poison orb. I can't tell what it was, but from Viper. So.
Oh, Jamie taking out Levy. And we have some more gunfire through Viper smoke. We're getting really close here. Oh, and Bike takes out Hood. Jamie takes out Mochi. Sendo is defusing. Oh, Jamie gets another. Oh, wait, sorry. No, Sendo gets Jamie and Darkheart. There's a diffuser. It's 1-2 here. Honestly, never mind. It cannot go either way because Bike takes out Omens and we get the. Well, they get the defuse.
I will say, we are not that good at retaking.
No.
And this same kind of pattern has happened for a few rounds in a row.
I think they've learned that.
Yeah, where they're able to sit down and take sight and watch as the Vandals slowly try to get back on and then get picked off over and over again. And then eventually win themselves the round. It's why we're in 6-9. Nice. Still struggling to make any moves during this half here.
And it looks like we're pushing onto C site. We have 2 defenders, but 3 of them are midfield. Here's the instant conflict. Have some gunshots, but no damage yet. There's the KJ bot taken out. Viper smoke thrown up on site. Mochi takes out Jamie and Astra Star at the entrance, but you know it just disappeared. So we do have the opportunity to go inside. However, that would be dangerous. We don't know where, but oh man, that gives them time to move on to site. And it is probably going to be something like 3v4 at the moment. Here we are rotating to B site.
Bike using that op. Using that little wall.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pick. Oh.
Finding another one on Hood there.
I love
With
the
Zombie
op.
finding one on Levy and taking his team up to C. Although it's not looking good for Omens, who's sitting at 5 health right now and still needs to figure out what to do with the rest of the round. They are able to get one out on Sendo, but Tomu is able to find a nice wall bang and take Omens out.
You know, honestly,
taking another point for DePaul. And going 6-10.
A breeze could have taken out Omens at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Could have just blown him over.
Yeah. But, I mean, our eco's looking okay. Never mind. No, it's not. It's
no.
No.
Yeah,
I
at this
tried.
point, I mean, like, they've had to force a couple times just to be able to, like, hold a fight. But, like, we're 6-10. We haven't won a single round going into this half so far.
And a few in the last half.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great look. It's not unsalvageable, though. So, I mean, we have a few chances here. There's an op. Oh, we have an op. Wait, is that us? Because I don't know if that was Bike's op
I'll have
or
to
not.
see again.
I'll have to see again as well. No, that's Bike's op. Just waiting for that Astra Star. Just camped. That's great. We love that. Absolutely fantastic. Here's Hood checking out site. Slow push here, but I don't think that's what we want. I mean, I get it. We have the gun. We don't have the gun advantage, We don't have the eco, but we have to push. There's the spike and place down. We are going to have some serious conflict here. There's Sendo throwing something. I didn't see. Darkheart, oh, lots of trades. It's now 2-3 in favor of the Vandals, actually. Omens gets Tomu, and is now just KJ and KO against Viper, Breach, and Omen. Mochi gets Omens, and it is now 2-2. Oh, make that 2-1. We have to retreat real quick to recover from that flash. Mochi tries defusing. Honestly, should have just stayed there, but also realizes that Jamie is right there. Gets that third kill for him, and we win. Well, that round. It's now 7-10.
Yeah.
Not as bad. We've broken the streak. And
We
Jamie
are
is
still
in
taking
a
a timeout, though.
Which,
Don't switch the camera. Please don't switch the camera. I'm too tired. I'm going to fall over in this chair. But, I mean, so far, things have been going, like, kind of hard for the Vandals. As we've been able to see, you know, that loss streak has been doing us pretty dirty, I will say.
you know, our KDA is not that bad, though.
No.
Look at that, 20
We're
kills
still finding
for
some decent
Omens.
kills. We still have Omens up there. 2012, end of the world.
Yup. And
Shout out 2009.
loved that. Yeah, there isn't much. I mean, just figuring out a play that actually works, pushing onto site, planting, and quickly setting up a defense against DePaul. That's the strat. That's the usual. How you get there is what you have to plan. But that's the goal. That's what you have to do. It's fairly simple conceptually. We see the op still in play, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's their op, though.
Yes, that's what I meant. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, because we got on a timeout. I was like, why haven't they bought yet? I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. I believe we have the
And that's not an op. That's an outlaw.
No, I saw the outlaw just now, but there's an op as well.
Oh, Bike doesn't even need the op. He's just crazy with it.
I think as long as he has a scope, he's good. Oh, man, look at that. And it looks like we're a little split up. However, oh, no, we're rotating. We're rotating off A, pushing probably towards B because we have another, a C. Suppressed takes out Levy, making this a 4-4 matchup. Tomu's in B, but we're pushing on to an empty C, though we do have one of our Vandals going through the back and maybe getting to C. Gonna have conflict with 2. Jamie's planting. Oh, Hood and Omens takes out Sendu and Tomu, making this 2-4. We still have 3 ults on our side. They don't have any anymore because Viper's out. Here's Bike carefully walking around with the pistol, moving into sight. There is an Omen smoke thrown in. Boom ball.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank
And
you.
that spike is about to be detonated, and doesn't look like Mochi, who is going to be able to get on fast enough as they get taken out by Dark to finish off that round. Finally getting another point for the Vandals, 8-10.
Yay! We have
Now,
officially
going
made a win
into
streak.
this next round with 4 ults, Omen, Raze, Viper, and Cyphers all could be relatively useful depending on how things go during this next round. So we will pretty much see as things move along. Bike is getting ready to push up in this A area as the rest of the Vandals get ready to push out of the area. They play up super close, super fast.
Oh, yeah.
They take very aggressive angles against the Vandals, really challenging them. Like, if you want to get up here, you're going to have to fight for it. And in previous rounds, you know, they've definitely shown that they've had the ability to. But, you know, things are still looking a little bit uncertain. We will see, of course.
There's the ever-present Astra Star and an Omen Smoke at entrances. Very strategic placement there. I figure you guys all know why, because entrances are very limited visibility, sharp angles. Bike takes out Hood and Zombie. And smoking entryways is just the smart thing to do. It's better than doing hallways or open areas, especially open areas. There's the Viper ult. Tomu takes out Darkheart. It is now 2-5, and the favor is in DePaul's hand. We still have Spike, however, and we are on site, so we could just plant.
30 seconds
That is
left.
true. I do not know why.
There we go. There it is. Oh. Oh.
Oh, for
There's a
some
trade.
reason, Omen running around with their knife out, and everybody else just getting wiped almost immediately as the Viper ult came down. That's going to be another one for DePaul.
Making this 8-11. I mean, it's still possible. That's
No,
all
of course
I will
it
say.
is.
It is still possible.
Although,
Omen on Vandal's kind of sus.
no, but it looks like things are still relatively going okay. I will say it's not looking too great for the Vandals here, going 8-11 against DePaul. Definitely kind of struggling, even after finding that 8th point. I'm just curious as to how Jamie is going to kind of redirect the team, how they're working to keep morale up and hopefully take another few rounds.
Yep, and there we see. That wasn't a Viper ult. They didn't Viper ult that early, did they? Okay, that was just smoke.
Wait.
We were in the middle of it.
Nope, that was a lie.
Oh,
They
really?
are ulting that early.
Oh, wonderful.
But again, that on defense anyway is mostly used for deterrent. So they were able to keep them off of C, which was definitely working. As you can see, the Vandals are down in numbers right now. Although Jamie is finding a pick on Levy to try and balance that out.
We do still have Spike, so we are able to move on to site with little issue. There's Omens taking out Sendo. I keep switching. Yeah! Some support from chat. We can do this. As we see, Jamie is planting. It is 2-3,
Spike planted.
and it looks like the demons are on the move. Oh no, one's going into site, the other's going around, probably to that other entrance. Oh, Defender Killjoy is right there, right next to the Viper. They're probably going to enter together. We do have one of the Vandals coming to the side and taken out by Mochi. Oh, yes.
Placing sentry.
I don't know if they're going to get to the spike in time. It is 2-2. Oh, getting real close here. Mochi is going to be defusing.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Mochi does not
Last
hesitate.
player standing.
We'll just keep. Oh, but was not there in time. Hood was able to take out both of the last defenders and get that win. However, he was not able to get away from the detonation. Now we're heading into the 20th round. No, sorry, the 21st round as 9-11 in favor of DePaul. Eco's looking pretty equal right now, except for poor Darkheart.
Yeah. I mean, even
Yikes.
then, just like relatively across the board, things are looking really rough for the Vandals. Obviously, losing round after round is pretty harsh on the Vandals here, but it's fine. Tomu finds that first pick on Omens back in, I think it was towards spawn or something. I don't know.
Possibly.
But seems like additional progress is being made. Hood moving into tree with the rest of his teammates following suit. Cypher playing on the outskirts of A. And Reach using their ult to get on site.
Oh, taken out.
Trying to
Tomu.
use their ult in what was honestly a really weird and strange positioning. But I won't really comment on that too hard. Jamie does try to find a couple last kills there, but unfortunately is taken out by Bike.
And we are into
and
match point.
Taking us to match point. It's a little bit of a struggle. Again, it's just been a struggle. I felt it. And that's exactly what we're experiencing, both the economy, and that's kind of what's been happening in the past few rounds. Once the economy gets to a certain point for either team, they don't really seem to recover too well. So
That's true. But still can. Ooh, that doesn't say Spectre. That says, oh, Operator's back in play by Bike. That's not going to be great. We have 2 Omens. Are those Omen smokes? Or I think those are Omen smokes. Unless I'm completely wrong, and chat can correct me.
Where?
Oh, it's
Sorry,
fine.
I like died for a second.
That's an Astra Star. I do know that. And it looks like our Vandals are rotating into possibly B and maybe bluffing A or coming around to the side from that A entrance. Here's Omens. I don't know what that does, but okay. There's site B. We're kind of spread out. I don't think that's the best idea, especially for match point. No matter how careful we're playing, Tomu takes out Zombie. It is now 4-5, and we are pushing into B, or maybe not. Why are we so spread out?
I don't know.
I would love it if that could be explained. Very late
30
reaction
seconds
by
left.
Darkheart leads to Astra taking them out, making this a 3-5. Not looking too good here. Omens takes out Levy, though, making this 4-3. Spike was dropped by Hood and taken by Omen, so he could probably teleport and plant. There we
10
go. We have
seconds
10
left.
seconds with the plant. We'll
Last
get more
player
time.
standing.
And there we go. Successful. However, Mochi and Bike were able to take out our remaining members and
Eventually
defuse
finish
successful.
off the game
Yep.
and the series for DePaul, finishing
Yes.
off that final game 9-13.
Yes, making that 2-1 in
Defenders
their
win.
favor.
Final game was definitely a little rough. It was a rough loss, but they won one game by 6 points, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Good game,
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody
GG's.
played well, especially Omens, who ended up going match MVP.
GG's.
25 and 16
They
in
didn't
the
win by
entire.
6 points.
GG's.
They won by 7.
Oh yeah, it was 7.
Yeah.
I know math. Yeah,
Sorry, I just had to do that in my head real quick.
yeah. But stuff looks pretty good. Everybody played relatively good. Obviously, GG's to our competitors, GG's to the Vandal JV squad, and yeah. There might be an interview. I'm not exactly sure what's going on after this. I do know that Vandal Varsity had a game that started at 7:30.
And we may or may not stream that either today or tomorrow. We'll have to get back to you on that real quick as soon as that is communicated with us.
In the meantime, though, actually, no, we can't take a break until we know what's going on next.
Oh, no,
So-
we are going to end.
Oh, okay. That's just the end of the stream?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for joining.
And we have one more message for you from
Production.
from production. But in the meantime, let's look at these stats a little bit. We have 25 kills from Omen. That's rather impressive. I mean, oh. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So
It's going to be late. Just do it tomorrow. Because I think by the time, if we stream it tonight, no one's going to watch it.
sorry, we're discussing things with production.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds like varsity. Anyways.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So either tonight or tomorrow you'll see the varsities
Match, which sounds like it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
So be excited for that. Anyway, thank you and have a great night.
yeah.